searching begins. Find yourself within. Take up your blade. Let the fears within fade. Stories are told as the die roll. Don't be afraid. Make your destiny will find you in me. Friends at your side, may the group with pride. Try as you might, you now live to fight. Monster nor foe can fill you with woe. Enemies in sight, it's time to roll dice. Roll for initiative. Check, please.
Hello, checkers and pleasers.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Howdy.
Welcome to Check Please, the D&D live show. I'm your DM Beardy, and down here are my lovely players.
Hello, my name is Keni, and I play Risen, the Fateweaver.
Hello everyone, I'm Foaly and I play Kurla, the hungry Half-Orc.
And I'm Xeno. I play Vera, the Swarmonger.
I'm Skrewy. I play Petravian, the Hivekeeper Paladin of Eden and Mellifera.
And I'm Grem, and I play Lovette, the gnome with no name.
Other than Lovette.
With that, let's roll.
It felt good to be out of.
So last time, the party camped outside the Greater Wall, waiting for word from Lee, the gate prefect. In their downtime, they decided to get in some antics involving body horror and talking to hungering gods again.
I can't.
Eventually, Lee contacted the group, looking worse for the wear after seeing the possible future of the wall being destroyed and, everything being turned into a necromantic hellscape.
What are you gonna do?
Gave the party paperwork to be approved by the magistrate of the nearby city of Xing'an. The group made haste into Intao and made their best time toward that city. Currently, they are near the city of Xing'an, about a day's journey away from it, as we open on the evening of the 30th of October. So you all just recently saw a very, very large silver dragon
Yeah.
fly
Yeah.
overhead. And when I say very large, I mean this thing is truly, scary enormous. Taking up a good chunk of the sky. It slithers its way through the air and descends on the city you see in the distance. So it's about another day's travel, and it's evening now. You've already sort of broken for camp. And you'll definitely get there tomorrow.
You think
yeah.
we might need to be concerned about that?
Well, if the entire town is on fire when we get there, yes. But otherwise, if they live peacefully with that giant fucking dragon, then
It's probably already eaten 30 of them. Vera's just rubbing her arms.
it's okay,
Question.
Vera.
Is there a check I could make to potentially have any knowledge about any legends or anything about what the dragon is?
Well, you guys did have that child story book a while ago, so yeah, feel free to make
That
sure.
was so long ago.
That was just...
It was a while ago.
Wow.
And that's
Wait.
about the only real information you have on this part of the world, so...
Yeah,
fairly-
I'd be remiss if it didn't talk about the big dragon.
Yeah, it sounded pretty crazy. All the stories in there, I said before, were fairly beyond belief. Make a wisdom. See if you remember it.
Okay, alright. Graham needs to make a wisdom check and remember how to make a check. Alright, there we
There
are.
you go.
That's
I'll take
okay.
it. Yeah.
15.
So, Lovette, you do recall, from flipping through that book, which was full of these crude, childlike drawings of absurd things in this part of the world. There was a page about the dragons that live out here, and they were friendly. as far as you could tell, as far as they seemed in the picture. I mean, it was a bunch of like crude, almost stick figure like people, and then one really large, crude serpent like dragon in the sky, and it was talking about friendship or something like that on the page. It was a while ago, and it was all kind of really dumb, and you just kind of flipped through it because it was so stupid. But yeah, you do recall something about there being dragons that live in this part of the world that are, I guess, allies to these people.
Oh yeah, it's the friendship dragon.
Yeah, it's the
what?
friendship dragon.
It's the friendship dragon that is in the book.
Hopefully it gives us a chance to explain ourselves and get everything documented and signed off before they decide that we're a threat.
I mean, there wouldn't be much of a friendship dragon if it didn't, right?
Well, I mean, if it's friends with the people of the town, then it might not be very friendly towards us until we've proven our good intent, that's all.
I mean, the book didn't really specify.
Well, I'll take it. It's good enough. If we have issues, it's really good knowing all of you. Jiro, do you know about this dragon, actually?
True.
I forgot you were here.
Jiro looks over at you and nods.
Can you tell me about the dragon?
Jiro nods.
Does that go against anything?
He's gonna sign. No, that doesn't go against anything. I've sort of already broken the biggest taboo there is.
Right.
Might as well go nuts now.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Would you please, is it nice? Is it gonna eat us? He or she?
She might eat you, but you would have to offend her in some way.
Well, let's try not to offend the dragon, yes?
This is a very different kind of friendship dragons than I was expecting.
How do we become the least offensive?
Getting rid of Vera.
Yeah, what
So-
is considered offensive?
I'm in the cart with Vera, correct?
I assume we're
Sure,
all.
if you want to be.
I
Aren't we
think
already?
we're stopping
I mean,
for the night.
yeah.
Yeah. We've stopped
We're
for
in
the night.
earshot.
Okay.
Nebulous
Camp.
earshot.
Petravian's gonna think out loud. How long do dragons live?
Too fucking long.
Longer than you, buddy.
What are you thinking, mate?
We wait out the
It's
dragon.
a fleeting thought.
We wait for it to die, and then go into the town. The Deadlands shouldn't
Dragon.
expand too far by then.
Would the dragon A been around when the wall was made? And a crazy thought, is the dragon somehow connected to the Emperor?
I guess we're going
mean-
to find out. Unless Jiro actually has these answers.
Jiro will nod and sort of shrug, and then sign. The Emperor and the dragons are friends. They often consult him. They ask him for advice, things like that.
There's more than one.
Jiro nods.
Well,
Yes.
Oh.
There's a whole family.
did we not see some of these dragon creatures in our vision of Marcus?
Oh, I don't remember.
I
How long
thought for
ago
sure
was
we
that?
saw some like dragon-esque creatures defending the wall from him.
Yeah, in your vision of the past, you saw flying over top of the Kentau army, there was a single serpentine dragon that was flying over their army. That was also caught in the apocalyptic explosion that destroyed everyone.
Oh. Oh.
And their
That's
mommy or
unfortunate.
daddy is dead.
the Dwaggy died? No.
The Dwaggy died.
Well remembered, though. I have no recollection of
Yeah,
that
that was
whatsoever.
really good, Xeno.
So...
I don't even remember
Nice.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep, that was in the description. Well done.
It's been a hot minute.
That's one reason I was afraid of going to the wall.
I like Dwaggies.
I totally remembered. I didn't forget about any of those things.
Not at all.
Well, family, they're friends, so let's just try to be as good as possible so we don't fuck this up.
Plus, if he's on good terms with the Emperor, then if we can get on good terms with her, then maybe that's a way of bypassing some of the bureaucracy and getting to speak to the Emperor faster.
He's sure, but something tells me that the bureaucracy might be the easier route.
If nothing else, we can pick up some tips on how to not offend the Emperor. Get on his good side, maybe?
I think an interaction might not be in our best interest.
Yeah, I don't not want to be underhanded and be like, oh, let's find out, like, how to get on his good side.
Well,
I
mean,
feel
if I
like
don't
they
want
would
to offend
sense
them,
that.
Oh, he didn't
It's
mean in a
nasty.
nasty way, just, oh.
Well, no, but we are asking them for favors. For nothing. I would like to share that optimism if with such an encounter has to happen, but I am hoping that we can just not interact with any dragons. We don't have to.
Yeah, that would be preferable. How about not talking to any... How about not seeing any more dragons? That'd be...
But, I mean,
preferable.
it's pretty hard to miss. So that one's going to be tough, but...
Vera, are you afraid of dragons?
Everyone's afraid of dragons. Vera
No.
gets more defensive.
I'm not afraid of dragons.
You should be. They're far too powerful than what anything should have the right to be. It's like,
I mean, we've encountered things worse than dragons, I think.
The one in Sejong wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that great either.
I mean, he wasn't very friendly, no, but he was alright.
it basically
got what he
mugged
wanted.
us and would have eaten us if we didn't give it anything.
Yeah.
The ones in the crystal caverns were
I
okay,
had
but
to give up an entire golden top just to get out
Oh.
of there safely.
Yeah.
what would you have
Ouch.
done with that? It was an enormous hunk of metal.
It was gold. It was straight up gold.
Yeah. And it probably weighed a ton. Look, I don't know. I wasn't saying anything. But I don't really think that it's the worst thing we've dealt with, even. I mean, Belle wasn't that bad. Belle's mother was pretty bad. I imagine the rest of the family were not agreeable. And
Riz's
And
eye
Ziv
twitched
believed that-
thinking about all the Vera incidents.
they leave Kev. I mean, they probably wouldn't be happy to see me right now after stuff I've done, but I think he's pretty good in general.
Who's that?
He's in charge of protector of the Riflings. I feel like it's kind of a mixed role.
So what, he hoards halflings?
Yes.
That's kind of sweet.
I guess. He certainly does not super enjoy the idea of a false Rifling. He got pretty upset about it the last time, so I don't know if we would be on the best terms right now, but
Don't is Marcus heading that way?
no.
Sorry, Mark 2.
No.
He was instructed to stay in the castle that we were
He
staying
better
in.
not be. Oh, shit, should I send the message at him?
Ooh.
It's your
You know-
thing. I don't know.
You know, if he goes that way,
Okay, no, hold on. Is he the type of person to do shit Because you told him not to.
So look, I don't know if it's a bad idea to send a message now that we're in here outwards. I think that is breaking the rules. But if I find out when we're back that he left, I will just message my mother and tell her to hunt him down because she's a lot faster and stronger than him, and I think she would understand.
That'd be a nice episode in and of itself.
We just have like a completely offside shoot episode where we each play like Lilith and Mark II and Moira, and we all just try to
Please,
kill
I
each
want
other.
this to happen.
I'm down for that.
So who plays who?
I vote that Xeno plays Lilith because I feel like he'd be good at it.
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, either that or Lovette. Lovette or Grem knows more about Lil than I would.
I know more about everybody almost involved except for Marcus.
Yeah, so I feel like Skrewy would have to play Marcus again.
And die as Marcus again.
But this is off topic. We can talk about that over later. Table talk. Well, yeah, maybe check on him when we're out of this situation. Yes.
I mean, he's literally trapped in a castle with a trader. I don't think he's going anywhere. Also, he was the type of person to do that, which is why I built him to be physically incapable of disobeying me.
Which isn't creepy or anything.
Well, look, it's actually was more of the kind of the way it's put together.
That's failsafe.
It's not the fail. Look, you think you have free will? I don't have time to talk about this.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. The pieces that come together, it's all automated. Well, just dust, cogs.
You have a unique outlook on the world, I'll give you that.
I am flesh and blood.
I created the universe.
Maybe
Okay,
like
you know what?
partially
Sorry.
made out of tea. I do drink a lot of it.
Oh, yes, but the blood is usually the smaller things that ultimately amount to like dust.
I'm mostly flesh.
What are all of you talking about?
I don't know.
I think we're talking out loud just because we're a little stressed at the situation.
Well, you should
And
be.
This is how we
Have any
cope.
Have any of you read any books about dragons?
Yeah,
Like
the front
Like
is
they literally
like-
like will eat
No.
an entire
It's all
town
about
or
the
like
book.
burn it down.
Yeah, we've encountered dragons.
Yeah,
We've-
maybe one was good.
There was at least 3 that were good.
There was a world I went to with a bunch of crystal dragons.
Yeah, well, we met one of those
Pretty.
too.
Were they nice there, or?
Yeah,
Depended on the breed.
it doesn't depend on the dragon. I would just think it's an individual thing.
I mean, like every dragon has its own different thing that it like collects, you know? Like I collect money. Some
Wait.
dragons collect.
Wait, you're Vera like reaches for for a sting. Are you saying you're a dragon?
just stares at you.
Oh, I figured you don't like dragons because they represent the bourgeoisie.
What?
Wait, you said...
I heard.
No,
Too much power in one place.
they
and
represent
Yes,
the
crowd things.
bourgeoisie.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand it, but that's just like you have to understand that not everyone shares your politics.
You don't have to share my politics in order to know that it's dangerous.
Girls,
I cast
real
polymorph greater on
dangerous.
myself to turn into a small dragon.
Kurla starts
Wow.
absolutely squeeing. Just
So
Wow.
I start making a star symbol in front of me, and I push it down, pull it back up, and I'm a dwagon, a crystal dwagon.
my night
What
just
kind
got
of-
so much better.
What kind of crystal?
I believe it was sapphire last time.
Okay. Riz's form shifts into that of a sapphire dragon.
About the size of...
A horse?
I believe about the size of a horse. Yeah.
How does Jira react?
Yeah. Jira's nods. Okay.
I
Yeah.
do a little clap.
Kurla's just beaming because dragon, yay!
That is very wow. That is
How similar does it look to the ones we saw in the Crystal Cavern before? I assume that does look the same.
I mean, similar in their gem dragons, but I mean each type of gem dragon looks a bit different than the others.
So you know, you told us it was a sapphire one back in the day.
The one that
Yeah,
you met in there.
what type of gem
Yeah.
is this?
This
Okay.
is a sapphire dragon.
Then it looks
Okay,
similar.
so
to
then
that
it is
one
the
then.
same, yeah.
Yeah. Then it
Hey,
looks
this-
similar.
this is what we saw to the bigger and well, frankly.
So
was,
you'll.
was this the
Sorry, go ahead.
was this the form that you went round in on the Planet of the Dragons, or did you go around in?
No,
a
they
different
would
form?
definitely have told so that they could tell. They can tell.
Yeah.
All
which is
right.
why
Was
we
it
don't
only
want-
dragons there, or were there
There were
just lots
like,
of them?
people there. It's just there were a lot of crystal dragons there.
Nice.
They like drugs. And weird books.
What?
Come again?
Yeah, we found this out. They were willing to trade some MacGuffinite.
MacGuffinite? That sounds made up.
So made up, it was discovered by Henry MacGuffin. Why does everyone question this?
Just sounds made up. That's sad.
Most things in this world sound made up to me. I'm not going to lie.
Fair
I
point.
mean, it's not real, it's real. Wait, okay, real is perhaps an inaccurate term for MacGuffinite.
You're really
but
going
it
philosophical
exists.
today.
Wait, it's kind of in my job description at this point.
But you traded drugs and weird novels for MacGuffinite. Is that's the takeaway from that?
I mean, I guess he really likes the book.
Dare I ask what the book was about, or shall we just move on from that?
He probably would rather not.
Fair enough.
It's a really old book.
Riz sticks out their little serpent tongue and goes.
The entire time, there was no like grandiose reaction from Vera, but she is very stiffly sitting, and you can hear an escaping stress noise coming from under the mask, like kind of like escaping. But because of the mask, I'm wearing the mask of honeyed words, and because of it, it sounds almost like crystalline. So it's that stress noise made into almost a melodic kind of note.
Like auto-tuned.
Yeah.
Nice. Like auto-tuned
Mask of
stress
auto-tune.
sound. Okay.
You taking up music over there, because I can bust out the lute if you like and try and accompany you.
Shut up! Shut up!
Listen, is it okay if I pet your head?
My what?
Whoa, you talk? You can still talk.
We
Your
found
head.
this out at the Colosseum.
Plus, they've been talking.
It's been a while. Here,
I mean, yeah, has.
is it no? Is it no?
Oh my god, I forgot you were like doing this whole entire like role play.
For fun. Just for
It
fun.
was joyous. It was wonderful.
But I just wanted to know what you wanted to pet.
Your head. Stop it.
Head. Okay, sorry, I was just not catching the verbiage. They lower
Oh.
their head.
Pat it gently.
Pat, pat.
Oh, it is so smooth.
Kurla looks like they want to ask, but they're not sure they're there yet, so they're
I
just gonna
pretend
sit on
to
that.
bite Lovette's arm.
Oh, so,
Like,
it's,
I have my jaw around your arm, but there's no teeth like in your
Yeah,
skin.
it just
It's
startles her.
If you want to rip it off, I can always grow her a new one.
I release.
It's a
And-
joke. Joking. I mean, I totally can, but it's still not a very nice idea.
we saw the other one. I wanted to know if it was a smooth head look, but I knew it was not a good idea to touch.
Well, has your curiosity been satiated, yes?
Yes, I will write this down in the book.
Alright. Does anyone else want to I don't know. They kind of stretch out their wings a little. I've got the wings. I've got the tail.
Very much so, if I may.
Sure.
Kurla will sort of just very tentatively just pat one of the wings, just kind of give it a. This is one of those moments. And they'll
Like the
desist.
turtle you said you pet.
They'll desist fairly quickly. Oh, that turtle was wonderful. One day I'll meet that turtle again.
So you like dragons and turtles. I mean, come on.
I like, big animal. I don't know. I'm just fond of them, that's all.
Wouldn't it be cool if Vera turned into like an amber dragon though? Wouldn't that be fun?
Ooh.
Is that something that Vera can do?
I can turn other people into dragons or other things.
Are there like bee dragons? Dragon bees?
I don't know. No, I
I mean,
don't
there's
think
dragonflies. I don't think they have
Yes, there are dragonflies.
My wing
imagine
hits you,
it's not-
Petravian.
How
Oh,
does this feel for you? I'm
Worth it.
curious. When I built my wings, I tried to get the nerves right, but I don't know if that's supposed to feel.
Kind of feels like my heels are backwards knees,
That
Does it-
sounds painful.
and my wrists too, kind of. Except I can kind of, but if I'm just like standing, it's like backwards knees, and I guess like my elbows make sense for like my front arms, but like
can dragons unhinge their jaws?
Riz just kind of opens it, but they don't unhinge it. I'm not exactly a snake, buddy.
It doesn't. So you don't feel like you have like a sort of small shock when people poke it your wings?
It mostly feels like you're touching like a shell.
Oh, shit. That seems about right. Okay, that might be right then. I'll
Kurla-
take notes on the tail later.
Kurla looks like they're bursting to ask to be turned into a dragon, but they're holding back.
Vera, you allowed us to put some of your items in Gigarian's temple, but I am simply surprised you don't like dragons because, you know.
It's one that helped us, and once again, Vera is in the same position. You think her eyes might be closed, and that one was shown to be good.
Do you think these dragons are friends with Gigarian?
I
Well,
don't know.
it's either that or Kalusia.
Do we know if they worship the same gods over here?
I mean, if Gigarian is a friend with them and is a friend with you, then is that Aryin?
I was just scratching my chin
yeah,
like a
And
dog.
I'll like scratch the spot you were scratching so I can.
Thank
If
you.
you talk to Gigarian, could you maybe get an info us with these dragons?
I grew up worse that way.
They look kind of nervous when it comes to you asking them to talk to a god right now.
I mean, I'm sorry. If it's a, I don't know if that's a big ask or whatever. I don't want us to impose.
I think I'm a little cut off right now.
Oh, we cut off.
Fucked up.
From whom? From Gigarian?
No, just talking to the gods.
That
Oh, okay. That's fine. We have other options.
Riz will drop their dragon form so Vera can exist.
I'll stop scratching your chin.
you doing all right, Rez?
As fine as I can. Just
Yes.
the last day/week is kind of taken a toll on me, as I've said before, and I just think my easy access is a little banned right now,
Understood.
and should only be used in cases of emergency, maybe.
I mean, as I understood it, you don't really worship the gods the same way over here. It's all Wayism, right?
They look at you guys.
Kurla will turn to Jiro.
Jiro
Is it
nod-
alright for you to sort of talk about
Ji-
religion over here?
Jira nods, and then we'll sign. Wayism is the predominant faith.
This I know how to do.
Right, that's the thing Petravian was doing, right?
Yeah, it was
No.
really weird. No, when I first met you, you were praying like you were Wayism, like, meditating. It was actually really interesting.
I mean, it helped with flexibility, and it felt nice.
You're flexible, Petravian?
What?
In many ways, yes.
My bridge has to be flexible, so that's good.
That's true. If it is simply just a stick, it will break under pressure.
Exactly. I mean, I took a class where they taught us meditation for like a week.
It's a bit more than just meditating, but all I'm saying is, he didn't know how to
Yeah.
pray to Eden, is all.
No. No, it was silly. Little bit, but it's... We don't worry about that.
We worry a little. By the way, how are you doing with the whole praying Mellifera thing? You didn't answer me last time when I was like, how do you pray to Mellifera? And, yeah.
You do good for the most people and for others. And the way I understand it's... You do as best as you can for the most people. And you just try to do right. Selflessly.
Vera!
I mean, that's what you do as part of the hive.
By the way, I'm not a dragon anymore. You can open your eyes. I think?
They've been open.
Oh, okay. How do you pray to Mellifera, Vera?
You connect with her. And the rest of the hive. Have you not picked this up, brother? Maybe we should really go over this. Either way, it's...
Out of character, you shit stirrer. Stir that pot.
Sounds like honey.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily go to the seminar, and I was...
The seminar?
Well, I mean,
Didn't
you weren't...
Excel?
I mean, you weren't really
Wait.
part of the hive until, like, recently, so it's like...
Yeah, like, it's not a big deal.
Otherwise, I would have taught you, like, years ago. I mean, you never asked, really. I don't think. I mean, you talked a lot, but, like, not usually about that. I can't really
We talked
remember.
shop. I mean, we were going off into the Deadlands and just getting shit so we could sell at the time.
Either way, this will be your introduction. When you pray to Mellifera, I don't want to say you get rid of your thoughts of self, but you realize yourself is the same as all of us. It is Mellifera. It is the hive. It's letting go of that thought that we're only here as one. And suddenly, like, the swarms from the apiary will start going onto Vera's hand, and just realizing that we're all one part of an entire mechanical creation, almost. And the swarm will start colliding off of Vera's arm, almost in a sense like it's almost like a hand moving and waving through. And
that's how we can give the hive its power.
Right, yeah, exactly. The cog dust. This is what I was talking about.
Maybe you should just talk about Voska.
You see Petravian's like he's listening, and he's making his own connections, and it. You see him just like he's like that 1,000-yard stare, just like he is working at this.
We'll just see if he can remember how to pray to Eden too.
I mean, the stuff that you do, that's like what we're supposed to do in the hive. That's our calling. But it's not what gives it's not what grows the divine energy of the hive.
What does? It's the acting in as a community.
The praying, the mental fortitude of believing in our cause.
The thing Vera just described.
Yeah, the thing I just fucking said. This is
Okay.
I probably already told him about it.
Repetition, repetition. That's the key to learning new things.
All right. Repeat back what Vera said.
Realizing you are one of everybody and everybody is of one?
Yes? Yes.
Yeah.
But it's not just saying, it's understanding, it's actual believing it and knowing it.
Feeling it.
Yeah, imagine a pocket, the inside of a pocket watch, basic pocket watch, like your Grand Penny Mark 1 basic seal.
I need to talk to you
I'm
about
sorry.
something. No, I don't think you're helping the situation. I think
But
Vera
everybody knows that one.
Vera needs to handle these. Okay,
That's-
this is her
an
ward,
installation.
pretty much. Like, Petravian's like Vera's apprentice, and he needs to listen to her. So,
But I thought maybe he just needed like a fish. Okay, I was like,
Jiro just looks to each of you and then nods, and then we'll start walking over to get the camp set up.
I'll mage hand to help.
Yeah, I think I will help now that I have to eject myself from this conversation to avoid helping too much more.
Thank you, Lovette.
Alright.
And Vera will sit next to Petravian. That's why a lot of times we'll go into Melly's temple, and it's really easy because you can really get into the vibrations of the entire swarm and just feel it.
Okay, I'm gonna go help physically. Briz is off now. Can't do it.
Yeah, Kurla's gonna step away as well, and I think steal 5 minutes to just check in with Jiro and ask for meditation tips. I feel like they've been doing that in tiny little increments over the past few days. Nothing major, just learning how to center themselves, picking up tips where they can without getting too intrusive on his time.
Okay. Well, once he's done setting the camp up and getting everything basically deployed out of the Vardo and the carriage, he'll take you to the side, and he'll kneel down and then sit crisscross applesauce on some grass, and he'll instruct you to sit across from him, and he'll kind of go through the breathing motions again and help you with your pose and your breathing speed and things of that nature.
Yeah, Kurla will follow instructions as best they can.
So some time passes. Does anyone else have anything they would like to accomplish this evening?
As Vera goes off and does their camp setups, Petravian will kind of meander off just onto the, not well outside of the camp, but he's going to takes some of the seeds from his pouch, and he's going to kneel down and kind of try something. He's going to reach out as he's planting, praying to Eden, but also reaching out to the hive and kind of trying to incorporate the one of the many and being part of nature, the one of the world, kind of a being, and kind of try to.
You want to cross the streams.
I kind of want to cross the streams as I'm planting.
You want to cross the
With
streams.
strangers.
Yeah.
You don't cross the streams, man.
Yeah,
Don't
complete
cross-
platonic reversal.
Yeah. Okay. So you try to bring the faiths together and see how that works. Okay.
In a tree, in an apple tree seed.
I would like you to make let's say a level check. So D20 plus your
Okay.
level.
Still having that issue there.
Ah,
Would you be able to?
okay.
Roll it for him.
I'm not concerned.
Yep, just roll that for me, please.
Okay.
Oh,
You got it.
I'm real nervous now, but I'm not there, so I can't say shit. What have you done? You was crossing the stream. I'm not even worried about crossing the streams
We'll
here.
see, folks.
I'm not
We'll
even.
see.
I'm worried about literally planting an alien religion in a foreign land.
I was every single tree in this
I'm
place has
worried
been
about the
planted in a
tree.
specific place,
Yeah.
and then you put a new seed somewhere.
Okay.
I'm nervous about that.
So Petravian, yeah, you move away from the camp. You find some nice spot, and remember, everything here is like completely organized, like in rows. Everything looks manicured. And you kind of bend down and you start digging into the ground and you start displacing all the grass. And you put this
Sounds about right.
you put this tree seed there and you cover it back up and you start to think about the trees and the bees and everything else.
Oh, the
in
feng
between.
shui is ruined.
And
The entire land. Boom.
something kind of doesn't sit right in your gut right now. Something feels wrong. And it's hard to put your finger on exactly what it is, but yeah, something isn't right about what just happened. And you kind of get this weird sense of like almost like a shiver that goes down your spine.
Oh no.
It's very strange. It's real hard to put your finger on exactly what just happened, but something definitely didn't sit right with you at like a deep level that you can't put into words easily.
Oh dear.
Yeah, well.
What happened to try to make things as easy as possible so we don't get in trouble here?
It's your creativity. It's just. It blows my. I never know what to prepare for. I never know. Like. Whew. Oh.
We'll find out later, buddy. Maybe
Oh,
it's
no.
nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's nothing.
Maybe.
Maybe it's Maybelline. All right.
I was like thinking. I remember. It's just funny because I remember when Beardy was describing this last week, thinking like specifically to myself. All right, so don't disturb the landscape. Didn't occur to me anyone would want to actually do that. And so I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, I didn't warn him, so I was culpable. I can't. I got.
So in a way, it's your fault.
Yeah,
It's all
exactly.
of our faults.
But
Why is mine not supervised? You need like a kid leash on him.
Look, we think Petravian's there, and then we turn him around, and he's just kind of gone doing his own little thing. I don't know what happens. Okay.
Well, all right. So after that little
Okay, yeah.
that little sequence, you make your way back to camp.
I'm in the Vardo
I-
making dinner.
I've got a sequence that's not potentially dangerous for us, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully pretty heartfelt. So I'm going to, while there's still sunlight out, hang outside the Vardo, bring out my obsession log, and Lovette's going to do her best to try and sketch the landscape the same way Moira would, which I figure she's got some aptitude with doing like mechanical sketches, but obviously it's a very different type of skill. I don't know if I should roll something for that, or what I would roll for that.
For sketching.
Yeah.
What do you think, Beardy?
Okay. Sorry, what did you need to do? I apologize.
Grem wants
My
to
brain was elsewhere.
wants to sketch the
Yes,
landscape.
Lovette wants to draw the landscape. Try to make a sketch of the landscape.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You just want to draw it? I mean, you don't have any ranks in any kind of artistry, right?
No,
I'm assuming.
I imagine she has some aptitude because of her mechanical drawings. You know, she has to be able to render stuff, but at the same time,
Sure,
it's still a different skill. Yeah.
That's more like I'd say like someone that's good at drafting doesn't mean they're good at drawing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can certainly try. I mean, anybody can put pen to paper and come up with something, but
So what would I?
it
roll
may
for
not be
that?
a masterpiece or anything. But yeah, you're
Yes.
welcome to record what you're able to see here as best you can.
What would I roll for that?
You don't have to roll anything. Yeah, you can just make it. It just isn't going to be all that great because you don't have any applicables. Like,
Is there a way
Any
for me to
actual-
roll to make it to potentially put in time and produce a better thing?
I mean, it depends how much time you're putting into it.
As long as she's got sunlight.
Oh, okay, yeah. You've got a couple hours, maybe.
I guess there's an artistry, just a die next to artistry. I could try that. I don't know if it will just roll a flat d20 or what.
Maybe, yeah, probably a flat d20 then.
Perfectly mental. Well, that wasn't a flat d20. It was plus something, but intelligence apparently. I guess that makes sense.
I guess
that
our school
became
is
a
smart
10.
school.
Wow, we've all just learned. All right, so yeah, you pull together a perfectly average rendering of the landscape around you. It is absolutely not noteworthy in any way.
Cool. I'll be very proud of it at first, and then like bring it back to get ready to show people, look at it again, and be like, "This is awful."
That's why
We
I
have
showed
a
my
fridge
art
to put it on.
away.
Because it'd be like, "Is this worth showing to someone?" No. Oh.
Petravian comes back to the camp.
Hello, everyone. Or just Lovette, I guess.
Before dinner, or did you have something to do, Petravian?
Nope, just came back to camp. Just like, just looks.
All right. Well, before dinner and after Kurla has sort of had a chat with Jiro and picked up some meditation pointers, they are going to go over to Vera, who I assume is still outside somewhere, or has Vera gone inside? Vera gone
Vera
inside
has
anywhere?
gone inside once Petravian goes inside.
Ah, okay. Then never mind. Kurla will just look around for Vera, see that they've gone into the Vardo, and sigh and traipse into the Vardo as well.
I look at Petravian. How does Petravian look?
Puzzled, maybe a little gassy. I'm not sure. He
Got something for that if you need it.
no, just. I mean,
I imagine this is the same face for Petravian, puzzled and gassy.
yeah, probably, but he just I don't think what I tried something, and I don't know if it necessarily worked all that well.
What did you
Petra-
try? Did
What
you eat something?
do? Oh yes,
Well-
you probably shouldn't eat just anything off the ground. You have to taste it first. That's how I make some of my teas.
No, I don't randomly eat shit.
I sure hope not.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah, I was about to say you got
No.
the highest
I
record.
eat a lot of crow. I eat a lot of crow. A lot of humble pie. Eating my words, eating my
Get
feet.
on with it, Petravian. What's wrong?
Well, so taking the guidance that Vera was giving me,
Okay.
I'm not sure if
I tried to do a bridge thing.
heal. That doesn't. Don't you follow me? We need to wait till you can get back.
Like the card
As a
game,
hive.
or a bridge between the two. Sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should. Yeah, I'd say try to wait a little bit before you work on that body.
So you all.
I
What
don't
were
think
you
it worked
thinking
right.
of? What did? Oh
What?
wait, you tried. What did you try?
What did you do?
Well, I did Eden, seed, ground. While doing that, I was trying to pull the one self as the hive versus the self of nature, and kind of put that together. And I don't think
Petravian?
it worked right.
Riz will
Yeah.
get right up next to you. They're not like you're just kind of a little under a foot taller than them.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
I don't know.
No.
He just
What
said.
did you physically do?
I put seed into the ground, and as I was doing that, I was thinking about
Did you dig up? Wait, into the outside clump with the everything is perfect and lined up and.
it's nature.
so
right?
much so that it's creepy, and anyone would notice if it were disturbed, and it might be a capital offense. That whole thing.
I mean, if anything, it might look better once another tree grows.
Sure, it
It's
might
nature.
look better, but that's not the point right now, Vera.
But it's
We are
nature.
trying not to be barbarians in this place.
That's gonna
But it's
hyperventilate.
Do you remember where you buried it?
Yeah, right. I mean, I put the grass and everything back on, but I don't know if it really worked all that well.
But the grass was perfect before you. Yeah, I'm not saying perfect as in I like it. I mean, it's not like ugly either, but
I mean, I wouldn't say
it's not your normal.
Mm,
But it's this country's normal.
Why did you? Why?
I
The
just.
only thing was like, I didn't think I had to say. What?
what?
Can you go and dig it back up and try
No,
and
no,
make
no,
it
no,
look
no.
like you never did anything?
No, so we need a surgeon.
A
Well,
surgeon?
It's,
I'm not.
it's
I mean, we need
nature.
some
I mean,
really
it's
steady-
right outside. It's nature. It's just
I mean,
Oh my god.
we're in
Healer.
the middle of nowhere.
Petravian.
What?
So here's the question. I don't know if you're
Uh-huh.
asking yourself. So,
Uh.
if somebody
Mhm.
sowed all of the seeds of all the trees and grass to be orderly like that, then that means somebody has the ability to go check.
Stands to reason. I mean, all they have to do it's just
Yes.
that's just
So-
gardening out
No,
there.
no. Lovette is talking. It is quiet time.
I mean, maybe they're fine with it and they'll solve it. But they might. But we did come here with the express intention of not offending people.
Or disturbing their peace.
I just planted an apple tree. It'll be very
I
pretty.
don't know why he's not getting it. I really don't.
I think it's a Protean thing.
Okay.
It's, showing up and just putting whatever they want out and saying that it's better now is kind of the Protean way.
I didn't say it was better. It's part of nature. It's
Sometimes places like nature to be controlled.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a druid? You know they can do that, right? They can change weather and stuff, right?
Wait, a druid could make a place like this?
Perhaps.
Well, you could like sort all your trees.
I don't think
And
Vera
you-
is one of those druids. Not going
Absolutely not.
But it would be so efficient. You could produce honey at such a optimized rate without any stress on the bees.
You could throw some cogs in there too if you really wanted.
I mean, of course, I would always.
I'm setting out dinner.
Kurla's helping to like lay places
Yeah.
I'm
if you
just
want to.
using mage hand so
I-
that I don't burn myself.
I prefer to see nature as it's intended rather than this artificial garbage. Whatever this is.
I mean, if there's intention, then it's all artificial.
Yeah, but it just looks so weird and horrible.
Right? It's so efficient and organized. Like everything. I mean, I imagine they can produce crops and food at a really optimized rate, which would imagine.
Regardless, I don't think the apples are going to be very good.
I don't think that we should leave it in the ground here.
You said you didn't think you did
why?
it right, though. You came
Yeah,
in
that's
with
why
a
I don't think it's very
concern.
good.
You did.
Yeah.
You came to
Yeah.
us with a concern, and now you're fighting the fact that we're trying to problem solve for you.
No, I'm just saying that the apples I don't think are going to be very good because I don't think it went right.
It's a fucking
I-
seed, Petravian.
There's
Yeah.
not going to be any apples. Okay, we're just gonna.
Why not?
I'm gonna go outside and we're going to take however
This
long
man
it takes
is
to
the
fix
bridge.
this.
This man is the bridge. This man is a bridge. This man is a bridge. Oh. Oh.
So, Petravian, I understand you have the best interest in mind.
Mm-hmm.
But- But so when you come into someone's home and things are clearly put a certain way, you do not want to disturb it because even if you don't know why they are there, you know the reason why.
I mean, if there's a chair in the way, you'd move it, wouldn't you? So you can like get through.
No, hold on.
It wasn't in the way,
I
they're
think I'm
close.
missing something. We're still. How far are we from town?
We are
A
not.
day.
This is
We
their
will
home.
be there
A day.
tomorrow.
We are literally in the middle of nowhere, right?
What the fuck?
Petravian! So you are telling me you genuinely think that the way that everything is lined up outside got that way on its own? Just naturally? That
I mean,
there
it
is
seems
something
it is a little
fundamentally-
it is a little bit obsessive, but
Right, as in done on purpose by people.
I mean, if they don't like it, they could always change it, right?
Yes, but we were given the explicit instruction to be polite, to not be offensive. Even if it's a minor slight, we're trying to cut down on slights.
I feel like, yeah, Lovette's right on this. If this seems like something that would cause some offense, so
By
we should-
grass? It's just grass.
I mean, we haven't even gotten there. We haven't talked to anyone, and we've already offended them. Like, we have to be more careful than this.
I tell you what, why don't we ask Jero?
Jiro, are you offended?
Jira is sitting near the, like in the southwest part of the room, sort of near the fire,
crying,
sitting
watching this
in
conversation.
silence, watching all of you go back and forth about this whole thing.
Is the seed thing a problem, Jiro? Do you know? If you don't, I'm sorry I got so intense about that.
Jira thinks about it for a moment and then will sign back. Things grow the way they do here because of the order instated by the bureaucracy and by the dragons and by the harmony created between everyone here knowing and doing what they're supposed to at all times. It functions perfectly.
So I would fucking love this place back home.
Kurla was looking at Jiro's hands very intently and kind of got the gist of it. So we've disturbed
Riz
that
was-
harmony.
Translating, like whenever Riz is
Right.
around, they try to translate for everyone.
Kurla's trying to pick up on more of it though, so they're half listening to the translation and half just paying attention and trying to correlate the two and learn more of the language. But yeah, so what do you think we should do? Should we dig it up, or has the damage already been done? Or are we just going to make matters worse?
He thinks about it a moment, and then we'll sign back. If anyone ever finds it, they may not even know that it was all of you. But at the same time, it may not grow where it is anyway. If the land doesn't want it there, it won't be there.
New rule, Petravian.
but
No
that's
more
nice.
disturbing their land.
So does that mean you can't step on fucking grass? Is that what it's about?
You know, if you can help it, sure. I should not step on the grass.
Chiro signs, you can step on the grass.
Okay, well, thank you.
I mean, I didn't see any signs.
It will just grow back in ordered rows, like it should.
That's,
So it'll be
that's
fine.
so amazing.
Everything will probably just grow back fine.
Oh, okay, great. And if a nice tree sprouts there, that means it's okay.
Is there some way to replicate and instate this bureaucracy system in my world clans?
Oh
If I
my
could
God.
manipulate the nature around my workspace.
Who wants tea? I'm handing out tea. Here you go.
Tea would be lovely. By the way, I don't.
I'll take some
whatever
tea.
you've made is absolutely fab. What has Riz made for dinner? Because it's
I don't know, something akin to fish tacos.
excellent.
Tacos.
Well, Kurla is chowing down because it's better than trying to sort out this shit.
Jiro will sign back to Lovette that you can impart, you can have this kind of bureaucracy if you have a few 100,000 people working to make your society run better, as well as a family of celestial dragons who are imparting their wisdom and power to make it all function as well.
Do you have that?
It doesn't always ever come cheap, does it?
No.
Celestial.
Thank you for the tea.
Oh, wait,
You're
yes,
welcome.
Celestial.
Oh, it's lovely tea, thank you. And thank you for the fish wrap things. I don't know quite what you call them, but they're
I
tasty.
don't know. I just kind of made a thing. I was a
They are
16
really
for
tasty.
my roll for cooking.
Yum.
They're definitely edible.
It could be a 1, and Kurla would love them.
Gonna sit by the fire and enjoy my tea. Because Riz is checked out of the conversation mostly.
Petravian
Okay.
says to Vera, "Did I do a bad thing?"
Vera whispers to Petravian, "Brother, I think it was completely fine. I think they're overreacting.
Oh my fucking
It's-
god.
It's literally just
So,
grass. Like,
Oh,
that's Eden's domain, isn't it?
I mean,
I think you
that's
know
what I
more
thought.
about rather than
Ah,
that.
it
that-
is.
that.
I mean, it's nature.
I think the takeaway from this is that we did not. We got to
I
be
didn't
very
shit
careful.
in somebody's lawn, okay?
Well, I mean, they might see it that way.
Riz just adjusts in their seat to look at you.
I mean, based on what these people said already, we can. This whole place is the Emperor's lawn. Okay? And he gets to decide what is shit. I
Disgusting.
don't know if he cares about their deposit, but I don't know that he does not. And we are here to save the world, and we can solve our other personal problems after we get out of here.
We really are barbarians. This is amazing. They were
mean,
right.
What? No.
I'm trying hard not to be, but
Oh god, we're fucked.
Jiro will just look at you and nod solemnly.
Oh no.
Kurla's going to start tidying away the plates.
Vera's munching on some beetles.
Ugh.
They're
They
delicious.
taste like
They taste like apples.
Sprinkles, you know?
Why do you even need to plant a fucking tree? You could just eat the beetles.
Disgusting, says the one who eats rotten meat or used to.
Slimy yet satisfying.
All right. Anybody else have anything this evening?
No,
Nope.
I'm just
Um,
gonna have tea.
Towards the end of the evening, Kurla's going to go up to Vera and so, can I have a word with you outside?
Sure. And Vera will follow you. It's kind of watching you bit.
Okay.
All right, Kurla will
you
step
head
outside.
and you see the beautiful starry sky, and it's strange. It's almost like the stars in this part of the world look a little different.
Nice night.
We better outside the other side of the wall, but yes.
So, I was going to chat with you a few days back, but I thought maybe we could both use a little bit more time to cool off.
And what would you like to talk about?
The conversation that we had, you know, the exchange of views, the frank exchange of views.
Listen, what I said isn't true. I hope you know that.
What, that I've got my sister's blood on my hands? No, that's fairly accurate.
But it wasn't your fault. What I
No,
did
no.
was, but when I get upset, I say things sometimes without thinking about it.
Well,
Sometimes they're just better at hurting people. So
in fairness, I threw some cheap shots your way as well.
they're accurate, though. So I apologize.
I apologize as well, and I accept your apology. For the record, I don't know if the blood of the Covenant, or I suppose the honey in your case, is thicker than the water of the womb, but I have seen the way that you are with your siblings, and I have to imagine that the love there is as real as the love that I have for my sister. So,
I can only imagine. I just want you and everyone here to be safe. I'm worried about you, and I'm worried about them.
I'm worried about them as well. I'm a little surprised and actually kind of touched that you were worried about me.
Well, you're one of our hive. How could I not be?
Oh, when you put it that way. I was mostly miffed at the implication that I wasn't willing to get my own blood in my hands if that would actually help, you know?
That shouldn't be our first concern. We should be trying to protect you, not resorting to that, I guess.
I get that, and notwithstanding my darker moments, I do actually want to stick around and, you know, live. There's a difference, though, between keeping going when despair is driving you in the other direction and falling on your sword for a decent reason. You know, if I thought that the best thing that I could do for the safety of the party and the safety of our quest was to fall on my blade, I would do it in a heartbeat and be happy about it. The point is, if I lose control, I'm not going to have that option, and so I need someone else to be ready to step in. Not as the first resort, but if it comes to it, someone has to be able to step up. Are you still that person?
I will stop what I need to, but that's going to be the last option. That's only going to come to terms if one of us is going to die otherwise. And there's nothing around it.
Fair enough.
But I feel like there's plenty we can do. I have Lovette looking into the shackles, and maybe she can make something that would resist your form. I don't know.
I'm trying to keep a handle on it. It's not easy, but it's different than I anticipated. With Jiro's help and our little spat that he and I had. It's weird not trying to push the anger down, but actually just letting yourself feel it.
Wait, what? Feeling the anger?
Well, you know, you spend years pushing it down, but actually letting yourself feel and draw clarity from that to try and get better control over yourself. And it sounds paradoxical, but it's actually working a little bit. Or it seemed to when I was fighting with Jero. That's kind of what he was trying to tell me.
Well, hopefully that works for you. It's not necessarily what works best for me, I guess. Were you able to control it at all?
A little bit. I don't know if it's something that I want to experiment with more, but it might be useful if I can learn to control it better. It's always been my attitude, was to take the power that I was forced to have and try and do good with it. It shouldn't be any different as long as I can keep from hurting anyone with it.
Real nod.
I mean, it's something, though.
Well, it's bloody horrifying, but...
No, I mean, being able to control it even a little. That means there has to be a lot more that you can learn to even slightly stop it. So, hearing that just makes it sound like maybe you won't have to worry as much. That's relieving.
I hope not. It would be nice to set aside a little bit of all the anxiety about it.
But no, I'm here to help if you need me. All right?
I appreciate that. You've, you know, you've changed recently. And I never really asked because I assumed you wanted space, but how are you doing in light of everything that went down in the place that you didn't want to go, that I'm not gonna name?
It happened and everyone knows, so nothing I can really do about that. Is there?
No, nothing. But have you noticed something?
Vera will look at you, like, expecting an answer.
We're all still here.
I've noticed. I guess it's just strange. I didn't really expect anyone would. So I guess thanks for that.
No, he wasn't angling for a thanks, but you're welcome. You all stuck with me. We've all stuck with Rez. Petravian, Lovette, we've all done awful things. We're trying to do better, and we've got a world to save. Got to be a little bit practical about the whole thing.
So how was it there?
What? The place?
Yeah.
Hard to say, honestly. A lot of rich folks. A lot of hurt. A lot of wounds running deep. A lot of people who'd lost people, but a lot of people got second chances now. Hopefully people will get to live better lives. They'll be living healthier lives, at least, with the wild down and the money that was left for healing and the healing that Petravian and I did. I don't know if it's going to become any more equitable a society, but people will at least not be suffering as much.
Well, it'll be up to them to decide that, whether or not they'll make the change they need to. Like I said, I promised not to be the executioner of that town. It'll be the people themselves that will decide what needs to change.
Seemed like there was at least one noble who was interested in effecting change. But less said there, the better, perhaps.
Nobles can be very deceiving. there anything else you wanted to talk about, Kurla?
No, I wanted to come to an understanding. I was slightly worried it was going to come to blows instead, or just, more insults flying back and forth. Maybe some more spit flying back and forth. Kurla will smirk. I have to admire the aim, by the way. That came within like an inch of my boot. Well played.
With a slight chuckle.
So, city tomorrow. Dragon. Magistrate. Frightening all the locals with our barbarian ways.
Can we just not talk about the dragon? That'd be great.
Sorry about that.
It's fucking huge.
I don't know what it is, I just like them.
They're terrifying, though. Like, sure, they might look elegant from afar, but once you get closer, just like end you in a second. It's terrifying.
I mean, a lot of the things in my life could end me in a second. It just doesn't concern me. Maybe it should. Maybe it says something about bad self-preservation instincts or self-destructive tendencies, but...
Maybe a little, maybe... Should definitely be concerned a little bit.
We'll see what happens.
Or nods.
And I'll do my best to keep all of you alive. That's my job.
Well, I think it's all of our jobs, isn't it? We're lucky to have you here, Kurla. Just stay safe.
I will do my best. You do the same, though, alright?
Or nod.
I'd say it's past my bedtime anyway.
Oh, good night.
Good night. Although,
Right.
having said that, the night sky is... I might stay out here for a little bit, just enjoy it.
Me too.
Vera's gonna stay outside, just thinking for a bit.
Kurla will plant himself on the ground and just lie back and look up at the stars as they used to do with Verla. Is the moon out?
Let me check.
It should be
It is
waning.
actually
I believe, at this point.
last quarter right now.
Okay. Kurla will look for that little sliver in the sky and just kind of smile at it.
You're like, oh, God has a fingernail.
I always called it a hangnail when I was little.
It's tragic.
Yeah, I got those
Alright.
often.
Well, as the lot of you spend your evenings how you do, time is going to move forward into the 31st of October. And before we get there, we're going to take a short break.
And we're back.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So
Hello.
we were just finishing up the evening of October 30th, so it is now rolling on to the morning of October 31st. A holiday, actually. Feast of Owen.
It's Karis's birthday.
I was going to say, it's Karis's birthday,
And-
too. Happy
and
birthday,
Karis's birthday.
Karis.
That's the important part.
Happy birthday, Karis.
I hope
So-
the kids are doing something nice for Karis's birthday.
I'm
Obviously.
sure they are. Yeah, they're very...
It's terrible, I'm sure.
probably made like they probably thought they were doing a favor by like making Karis like breakfast that morning,
It wasn't good.
and they just completely annihilated the kitchen in the process. And also the food was basically inedible. It was just like
Oof.
burnt toast with jam.
And of course, they do that weird kid thing where they like stare at you expectantly with
Like,
smiles.
is it good? Is it good? Tell us how it's good.
Are you happy, mom? It's like being
Yeah.
tortured.
There's so much love in that, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
In theory.
then I'm gonna ask Jiro at some point if he knows if it's safe to send sending spells past the wall.
Jiro will answer that as far as he knows it is. He's not really a spellcaster exactly, so he's never tried that before.
What are
Okay,
you
well,
doing?
Sending secrets?
But no, I just want to wish Kelly's a happy birthday.
Aw.
Oh,
I
that's
really
nice,
didn't-
mother.
Yes.
We do send our best to her. Oh no, sorry, I'm outside still.
It's the next morning.
Oh, of course. I hope I'm
Yeah,
not still
it is
outside
the
then.
morning of the 31st. So you're all
Durr.
assuming you're in the Vardo or still sleeping.
Yes, in the Vardo, and I would have come out by now. So yeah, please do send my best wishes as well. She seemed nice.
I wish I could do more than just send her a message. She was so nice to me on my birthday. But I guess I would have to make it up to her later.
Assuming we're allowed in the city and allowed to access the market if there is one, then maybe you can pick her up something nice and be like, hey, I was getting this to you late, but
Oh,
I was thinking of you on your birthday, that kind of thing.
I'm sure Kintao isn't so barbaric as Prota.
Ouch.
Yeah, we'll see if you can get any of those gifts past the wall.
Yeah, I don't really think we're going to want to be seen all that much.
I mean, we need to find the people, the officials in Kintao,
Yeah.
in this village, for marking our
But I-
papers so that we're
I
more
imagine
legal.
we want to talk to as few people as possible till then. Right, Petravian?
We're still here legally, guys. We just have to, like, find the officials to stamp off on it. Like, we're here
Well,
legally.
the guy at the wall let us in, sure, but that doesn't...
He has the
bureaucracy.
officiality to do that. He said so.
But there's a bureaucracy. Yes, but there are lots of officials.
Yes, and
Some
we
of
have
them,
to find the officials to finish the paperwork.
they're
I
gonna
feel-
come find us if we're not careful.
I feel like once we do get our papers in order, we're gonna be okay in terms
Yeah.
of accessing services and that kind of thing. Hopefully, I mean,
I hope
They
so,
might-
too. I would love.
they might not like us, but we'll do the best we can.
I'd love to explore, but it's not like we can blend in. I guess that's all I'm saying.
Grace can blend in.
Wiggle.
Oh,
Wiggle
yes.
fingers. Actually, a
Okay,
paper now
absolutely.
from Lee, so I can use cultural adaptation today.
They might get
Okay.
wise to that though, so maybe keep that in reserve for worst case scenario.
But Petravian and myself and Kurla to a lesser extent, well, not really going to.
Well, anything we need to do this morning before we head out? Or shall we go?
Let's just go.
You got it.
Onward.
All right. So in that case, the group breaks camp, gets moving, and heads toward the city that you can see off in the distance. So a little ways later, you make your way to this large river. The river itself has a big bridge heading over it, and on the other side of the bridge is this big, sprawling city. The city in the distance has most of it is incorporated within this large ring wall. There's a bunch of farmland to the south of the village or the city itself. There's a palace. It could be a castle. I suppose it would be like a sort of an insulting thing to call it because it's so beautiful. But there is a palace inside the city itself, almost near the center of the town. There's a large park next to it, next to this palace. And the palace itself has a smaller ring wall around it, and it's sort of set above the height of most of the city. So pretty much wherever you are in the town, you can look and see this palace. The palace itself is interesting in that it has these tall sort of roofs that sort of give it a very strange look. You've never seen something with the roof structure that this has before. It's very pagoda-like. That's how I would describe it with my lack of proper architectural terms.
I was gonna say minarets, is that the right word?
What the fuck?
I don't think
that's
so.
I don't even know that word.
I don't think that's the right word. Let me see.
No, it's not. I just checked.
Minarets, like the thin
Towers,
towers that come off
yeah.
of like mosques.
My bad.
No, this is like the. It's effectively a large building with multiple layers, multiple levels to it, and it's painted in this white paint with green trim around it. And the city in the distance is rather large, and this is roughly what it looks like as far as maps go.
Cool.
So
And we're approaching towards the Dusk Gate.
No, you're approaching from the north.
Beg pardon,
You're
Sword
approaching
Gate.
toward the Sword Gate. So the
Okay.
party is on the map there, and
Oh, yep, there it is.
yeah,
Sorry.
and you see a bustling city ahead of you. Now, up to this point, you haven't really seen very many commoners or common folk of any kind or any settlements of any kind.
Really?
So, suddenly, as you approach the Sword Gate, you see for the first time commoners. You see folk. You see people. You see the lifeblood of the land moving around, doing things. And from what you can tell from the distance, there are quite a few of them, and they are all seemingly very busy. By the time you guys got there today, it's a little bit afternoon. So I'd say, time-wise, we'll say it's about 1:30 in the afternoon when the party arrives at the town.
Okay. So, what do the quote-unquote lifeblood of this place look like? Like, what kind of clothes are they wearing?
So they're wearing... Most of them are wearing loose-fitting clothes. They tend to look a little like baggy almost. Like their pants are a little bit baggy. They're wearing robe-like tops that are like they seem to be made of silks almost.
Okay.
So they're wearing brightly colored clothing. All of the people you see moving about seem to be in good spirits, and they all have somewhere where they're going. Like, they all seem to have a destination in mind. They're walking with a purpose, I guess is how I put it.
Does anyone make a stir at seeing us?
Mhm.
No one, you're not close enough for people to really look at you yet.
Okay.
Oh, unless the party just moves into the Sword Gate. Okay. So as you approach the city and start to get closer, yeah, people are going to look over and notice you, and some of them are going to do a double take. Some of them are going to do a triple take, and folks stop talking when you get nearby, and they kind of give you a wide berth as your group approaches the city.
Yeah, that's okay.
Nervously wave at first, and then just pull the hat in front of my face.
Who has the documents?
I do?
Please, Anne.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I have.
I'm saying
Why
that
not?
you do. If you didn't several days ago, you do now.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
cool.
if you're at the front, then that would make sense in case we get stopped.
Okay. Has
Also,
anyone stopped us?
This has been true since we got into Hintao, but I should state, because I stated outward otherwise before, Archie is not going to be deployed when we're just traveling right now.
It's probably safe.
Yeah, I don't like. He probably goes astern since his development is not really a thing right now. Okay.
Poor boy.
So I guess we start moving into the city. Town? City?
Okay.
Village?
It's a city.
Okay, it's a city.
We escape in the city.
Don't do this
So
to me, Grem.
as you move to the Sword Gate,
Oh, okay.
a couple of soldiers are going to appear from either side of the gate. From the inside, they're going to step forward.
Oh, is that
They're wearing this emerald green armor, and they're carrying these long halberds, and they're going to kind of plant themselves in the way, and they're going to ask you in their language, which luckily you can understand because of the honey.
Oh, because of the honey.
Yeah, because of the honey. And they're going to ask, what is your business here?
Riz will take out the papers. We need officials to, pretty much confirm our access to these blessed lands. And Riz holds out the papers. You are completely welcome to read that through.
The soldier walks forward and takes the papers from you, reads them over, looks at each one. This is highly irregular.
I understand.
These are not even signed by the magistrate.
We are seeking the magistrate.
To finish the papers.
This is a breach of protocol and I do not like it. But I understand the only way to solve this issue is to get the approval of the magistrate, and the magistrate is within the city. The only way to get past me is to have approval from the magistrate. So I understand that you seem to have found yourself in an impossible situation.
Correct.
Well, if the prefect let you in, you must not be that dangerous. Very well. He folds up the papers and hands them back to you.
Thank you very much.
May we ask you the fastest and most direct way to find and speak with the magistrate that we may cause as little fuss as possible?
Yes. The city magistrate is in the city services building. If you follow the street behind me into the center of town, it is the largest building in the center of town between the twin parks.
We humbly thank you.
Very much
The magistrate is very busy, though, and it may take some time before you can get a proper audience.
We
Do
are
not cause any problems or trouble for us here.
Of course
Very
not.
low.
We are a peaceful people, and we wish to keep it that way.
We come harboring no ill intent or ill will, and we are prepared to wait on the magistrate's pleasure and will respect all of your laws and customs to the best of our ability.
Very well. So, as I said, he hands back the papers, and the guards will part and allow you entry into Shingan.
Oh. Thank you.
So
that-
moving past the sword gate, you find yourselves in a veritable ocean of people. Folk are moving every which way. The streets are packed. It's very difficult to move the cart and Vardo through this area because of the vast amount of people that are moving around. There's livestock, there's people, there's smaller, like hand-drawn carts. None as large as the ones you guys are in. There's no like big horse-drawn carts in the city. It doesn't look like it was designed for vehicles this size.
Okay. So Riz is gonna hop off the front, and they're actually going to go to their horse, Cletus, and they're gonna take the reins back and start leading the horse so that it's just easier to maneuver from the front and have more of a body, and that way we're not hurting anyone on accident with a horse, because horses are dumb and they can not be aware of their body and accidentally step on people. It hurts. So I'm
Also,
trying to avoid
there's
that.
if someone just so much as bumps into this horse, who knows what the fuck will happen?
We'll finally find out, maybe.
No! No. So, yeah, Riz is leading the Vardo now.
All right.
Like- Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Well, all right. So the lot of you begin heading through the streets.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'd like all of you to make a perception check.
Ooh, it's been a hot minute.
It's just, yeah, I'm gonna have you see if you notice something.
35.
That is a 33 from Kurla.
I do not notice.
That'll be a 32 from Vera.
And a 28 for Petravian.
Whew.
All right, well,
Not bad. That's a pretty good roll for you.
honestly,
Yeah, actually.
I think everybody gets it. Yeah, everybody gets it. Maybe Lovette doesn't quite notice,
Oh,
but
okay.
everyone else in the party pretty much gets
Too
it.
short, potentially.
Sorry, boo.
And what you see is a population that appears to be busy and bustling and moving at a quieter level than you expected. Like, even though there's people everywhere, it's still relatively quiet in this city. And the other thing you notice is that the people here seem happy. Like, everybody you're looking at, they're all moving with a purpose, and they're all moving from one place to another. Like, they have a destination in mind. Like, no one's dawdling, no one's just kind of wandering around. There's no one just, like, sitting on the street. Like, and they all, facial expression-wise, many of them are smiling. These people seem to be content and happy with their lives. And it's different than any city you've ever been in. Like, most of the cities you guys have traveled in are, you know, there's going to be downtrodden, there's going to be, you know, slums or people, like, you know, just sort of loitering around. This city is kind of odd in that it's very productive. And everyone here seems to be content.
Seeing that evident contentment and the smiles and the apparent sense of happiness, may I do a sense motive? Would that give me any insight into whether or not those smiles are genuine?
Whew.
I mean, yeah, you're welcome to make a sense motive, sure.
Wow.
Here I am, like,
Bold.
man, this place might actually be a paradise. We are barbarians.
That's such a Kurla response. I love it.
Jeez. They're a distrustful person, and the gardening was kind of creepy to them at the start, so this is all a little bit uncanny valley, you know.
It's because it is creepy.
That is
Well,
a
that's just-
31.
Why shouldn't she brought Moira with her?
I mean, as far as you're able to tell, they seem genuinely happy. It doesn't look like these are, like, put on smiles for, like, show or anything. Yeah, near as you can tell, these people seem like they're actually enjoying what they're doing right now.
Then Kurla's going to relax a little bit because they are happy not to be in a society where everyone has fake pasted on smiles and is actually secretly miserable, like the one they grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
I think that's like torn right now, and this feeling of like this place is so good, and like, are they sure we're not allowed to stay?
Rip. Has Lovette finally found the home she's been searching for all along? Find
Right?
out
I
next
know.
week.
She's like, have I found the home I've been searching for? And then like, oh well, legally no. Rip.
Yeah, you're not allowed to stay here.
We're making our way to the magistrate's
making-
building.
Downtown.
Yeah, you're making your way toward the center of town, and as you are doing so, as you are getting to the last part of that road, there is the sound of a bell, like a clear ring, like a single bell strike, rings across the entire city.
Oh no.
This very clear, single tone. And as soon as that happens, everyone just seems to turn and just step to the sides of the street.
Oh god, okay, we start moving away to the side of the street as best I can to get out of the way. Cletus.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna move this way. Come on.
Horse isn't moving.
Oh shit.
Please, Cletus. I am begging you.
And he
Please.
stands there and blinks. The bell obviously startled him.
Sugar Cube. Come here.
Risen.
Can we move him with magic?
You hear hooves galloping.
Please.
Nearby.
Please. I'm begging you. Please.
Horse stands there and blinks.
I will do anything.
No.
Stamps a hoof.
Oh god.
Rez.
I'm trying.
You hear shouting
Moving.
coming up from behind the Vardo.
Okay, I start tugging the
bollocks.
horse out of the way as best I can. Please.
You start tugging the horse, and as you do, you can kind of peer around the Vardo, and you see a large wagon moving at very high speed down the road, right toward the Vardo and the carriage. And they're moving at like full tilt, like gallop full tilt. And apparently, this is a rather important thing, and everyone in town like knows that the bell apparently means to get the hell off the road. And your horse is just clamped down and has not moved. So, as this large wagon is rushing up behind, it's going to the horses are going to veer off to try to go around, and it's going to cause it to clip the back of, I'm assuming, the wagon, not the Vardo, because the wagon was behind it. Clips the side of that and causes this new carriage to go past it, but also to flip up on its side and skid in and hit the building on the side of the street, causing the driver to fall out of the vehicle, and everybody's screaming, and there's a big panic.
Fuck. Oh gods. Okay, I go over to help.
It's gonna be like a 20.
Oh god.
I'm hyperventilating again.
Kurla's gonna jump down and just start trying to help people, and if they're checking for anyone who's might be injured and offering healing in very broken Kintawese or whatever the language is.
Luckily, it does look like no one was hurt in the accident. However, the wagon has fallen over, tilted over, and has spilled a large amount of rice all on the all over the street. So people are rushing over to help as well. So people are trying to scoop everything back into these barrels.
I'm using
and get
mage hand in my own hand.
Get everything righted as quickly as they can. The driver's gotten up, and people are patting him, making sure he's okay, and it's a whole scene. And at that point, your horse kind of starts trotting forward.
I fucking hate your horse.
Shut the fuck up! I
What a
thought
piece
he
of
would
shit.
be better because I
Fucking
named him.
horse.
Yeah, right. I was maybe he's mad about the name. Maybe he needs. he
Was
wants
it
a
that
better name.
bad? I was giving love, and the love was not want. I offered sugar cubes.
First mistake.
Oh dear.
I think I'm gonna summon something to help, but I don't know what would not cause too much of a stir. Okay, so question before I cast any spells.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to just cast Marching Doom but not make them very doomy? They just help?
Don't.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they can.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just use your tiny gnome hands.
I'll use Prestidigitation to Mage Hand. And all that good shit.
Vera will turn to Petravian.
I would summon a bunch of big things to help, but I'm worried that giant robots falling out of the sky is only going to cause more chaos.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. Only going to create more panic.
Brother, can you find out what the fuck's happening? Why aren't they moving?
I
Gods.
think shit got fucked.
Oh, you think? Why don't you
Why?
go talk to them?
Just Riz
So
turns
eloquent.
to you two.
Oh, you can hear us?
You're talking
So the-
loudly.
So the Vardo is just pulling slowly forward because the horse is just walking off on its own.
Oh wait.
Because you're going to kill them.
Yeah, Riz runs off to stop Cletus.
Which of course leaves now space for the wagon to move forward and get out of the street.
Let's get
Get
off the
him
side.
completely out of the way.
So the wagon that crashed behind you guys, a large enough crowd of people has arrived that they've actually managed to lift it and set it back on its wheels in pretty short order, and they've cleaned up most of the spilled rice at this point. So it's almost in a weird way, it's almost like an ant colony. All of them just came here and just fixed everything and got it set back together, and then the crowd just dissipates.
I
They
feel
go
like
back to what they were doing.
I feel like this is somehow very similar to the idealized version of what Vera envisions in like a utopia kind of civilization for the hive, where everyone's interconnected mentally and stuff.
It's like, yo, where you get your hive at?
We working on
Let's go
ours,
then,
but
please.
can we take some of that sauce?
Give me some of that sauce, that hive sauce.
We need more followers to get the hive mind in action. So we'll get there. It'll just be a bit creepier.
Yeah,
Don't worry
he's got
about
some
it.
time.
I'm
But
gonna also-
as the
I'm gonna
main
cast
crowd, go ahead.
I also want to cast mending on the cart that fell over to like just clear up
Okay.
any damage, any dings or whatever, or worse,
Sure.
whatever is there.
Okay, you cast mending on it, but as you do, the driver's going to ask you to please get out of the way,
I've also got.
I will.
and he rushes off to wherever he was heading, which he moves away from you and turns down a different street and is gone, leaving the only people around is you guys and a number of guards who are looking at you all.
Hello.
One steps forward. If you would please come with us.
Yes,
Kurla
sir.
will
Yes.
step over to the guard, of course, and we do humbly apologize for this disturbance. But we will, of course, accompany you wherever you wish to take us.
The magistrate will see you.
That is
good.
very much appreciated. We were en
Petravian,
route
that's where we
to
want.
speak with him.
I don't know if we're gonna want. Let's just say yes and go.
So
Yes.
please do escort us, and thank you.
All right.
Kurla's on their best behavior.
The group of guards is going to escort you and your vehicles only a little bit further, just into the center of town, to a large building here that's somewhat horseshoe shaped. It's tall. It's got like 6 or 7 floors with these same kinds of. There's a better way to describe these things. Stacked roofs is all that's coming into my brain right now, but.
I think pagodas.
I don't know. Yeah, sure. And then there's probably a better way to describe them, but the building itself is kind of imposing, and your group is escorted up to the front gates of it, which are these enormously large double wooden doors. They swing them open, and these guards will escort you all in, leaving your vehicles outside the building.
Hey, listen.
Hmm?
This is a real dream, right? But sure is. I mean, first the airport part and then this. Like, I sure hope it doesn't go like this when we really go to the city, right?
Yeah. I gotta
Yeah.
tell Petravian and Vera something really quick, though. Even
Yeah,
if this isn't a dream, if it is, still important. And they kind of come up to Vera, and Petravian puts their arms on their outer shoulders. It's the right one for you, Xeno.
Okay.
It just kind of goes in the middle. Hey guys, just a
Hi.
heads up. No swearing in this place, remember?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna not do that. We're gonna be really good. Okay. We're gonna be great. And I'm just gonna say, as a rule for Vera, as we enter this room, no talking at all. Alright. Good. Glad we got that settled.
Just stares at Risen.
Perfect. You're doing great. All right, I'm gonna go back to Lovette now. Okay. Sorry about that, Lovette. I just had to finish something really quick.
I'm kind of worried because I tried the pinching thing and that usually works for me, but it's not working, and I'm starting to think this is right, and that don't actually
Lovette,
happen.
Lovette.
I know.
It's okay. It's okay.
No,
We're
but
technically
we
going
just got here and we're already in trouble.
Lovette.
So one other thing you're going to notice is as you look around, this building is really, really finely decorated. The entire thing looks like it was somehow carved from like a single block of wood. It's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really wild in here. Everything's like hand painted, it looks like, and they're definitely going with like a white and green motif for this building. Even on the decorations inside, the walls have these kind of wood slats hanging off of them, and they're all painted. So there's like these murals, sort of these large wall hanging paintings. And in a way, they're a lot like tapestries, but instead of being made on cloth or woven, they're like hand painted on these connected slats of wood that are hanging from the walls.
These are so beautiful.
The other thing you notice is that Jiro's not with you.
Oh shit.
That's okay. I don't want him getting in trouble. He already has to die. Fuck that.
Maybe he is already in trouble. Maybe that's where he's at.
Ugh, I can't do this today.
Maybe he's getting stabbed right now.
Yeah.
I trust his abilities to not get stabbed.
In fact, you hear a voice that you've never heard before, but you instantly recognize shouting, "Ow, I'm being stabbed!"
Yeah. Turns out Jiro has a really nasally voice. All right. Well, these guards will lead you through the main chamber, immediately through another set of doors into a room that has an enormous throne, sort of bench set up, and sitting upon it is a person in, I would almost say, ridiculous clothing would be a good way to put it. They're sitting on a raised platform bench, but the robe they're wearing goes like all the way down this entire thing. So like the robe itself is like 10 feet long, because they're sitting up on like a raised platform, and the robe goes almost all the way to the floor, even from where they're sitting. They're wearing this incredibly detailed kind of headdress sort of thing on their head that's made of all twisted gold and has these sort of hanging down decorative baubles on the sides of it. It's this really overly complicated headgear that you think might be a symbol of office, and also his face has been painted with like white makeup. It's very strange looking. But he's like sitting there on this large raised dais bench sort of thing, and it's a really weird air of authority that is in this place. And he kind of looks down at you over his nose, and the guards will shout up, "These foreigners caused a shipping delay in the rice shipment. We estimate it took 5 entire minutes to get the cart back moving." There's like a hush. Everybody in the room like listens to these accusations, and there's a strange silence as you realize people are like shocked. They're taken aback by this. The magistrate leans forward. "Are you sure? It was delayed for 5 entire minutes?" The guards like look to each other and look back to the magistrate, and they solemnly like nod. The magistrate takes a hand and just covers his mouth. "What do you all have to say for yourselves?"
We would like to have an audience with you.
We are
Actually,
very, very sorry.
Sir, we humbly beg your pardon. It was not our intention to cause any trouble, but we understand that intention does not excuse outcome. We only ask for your indulgence in that we are strangers to these parts. We are unfamiliar in your ways, but for the damage that we unintentionally caused, we do sincerely and humbly apologize. and ask if there may be some way that we can make recompense for this much regrettable incident.
Our laws are very clear on these matters. That you can be assured.
With respect to your laws, may we ask what the outcome of this will be? For we are here on matters that are grave and of tremendous importance, or we would not have.
And you think that your tremendous importance outweighs that of the bellies of the children of this city?
I would not claim such, nor do I, sir.
And what do you have to say for yourselves that the delay of this shipment may have caused the first pang of hunger that a child has ever felt in their entire lives? That you lot have caused suffering in this city that the likes of which the young have never experienced?
Riz takes Petravian's hand because it seems like he's in much mortal danger. Gives it a gentle squeeze.
As one who has spent their life attempting to ease suffering and who has suffered much hunger, I can only offer our sincerest apologies and beg for your forgiveness and understanding, and ask what we may do to make this right.
Of course, as I said, our laws are very clear on these matters. It's very simple. You delayed a shipment of rice by 5 minutes. And our laws are simple in that you must repay those 5 minutes.
How may we do that?
You will serve 5 minutes in our penitentiary for every person you have inconvenienced.
And how many people is that, if I may ask, sir?
The magistrate looks over at one of the, there's, as you look to the sides of the room, you realize that there's all these bureaucrats on smaller desks along the sides of the room. And one of them is sitting there with an abacus just going fucking crazy right now.
That language is not appropriate in these lands, Beardy.
Okay, let me do some maths here.
Oh my
God.
fucking god!
Why are they taking so long?
Just breathe, Petravian. I'm having a heart attack, I think.
I think they might be mad about the seed thing.
Okay. Actually, that's not too bad. So one of the people's 34 days, sir. 34 days. Very well. You will serve 34 days in our penitentiary.
With respect,
Next case.
With respect, magistrate.
The guards start to move in.
If it's split between 5 people, though.
Yes, who serves the time?
It
You
would
have
not...
all committed the infraction. You will all serve the time. Next case.
Please.
With respect, magistrate.
It was the horse's fault.
We came on matters of grave importance
I
that we
slap
must
Petravian.
relay to you.
Oh!
What did Petravian do?
He said it was the horse's fault.
It was.
Oh, okay.
We
Alright,
must relay this to you, and if it is not worth the time that it takes, then we would ask that you append that to our sentence, but we must communicate this to you. It is
Please
a matter
read our papers.
it is a matter of utmost importance to your entire civilization.
Alright, so about... anyway, go ahead and make a diplomacy check for that, please, Kurla.
Never shush me again, okay? I didn't shush once, and I definitely felt that some things were shush-worthy.
I didn't shush you.
Not today.
What?
I still argue it's the horse's fault.
And
Of
I
course it was
slapped
the
you
horse's
for
fault.
it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want
Confused?
them to kill my damn horse, okay? I don't want them to ask for the horse's death.
Now they have to feed the horse.
No, the horse goes into jail.
No, the
Not
horse
us.
is fed to the children.
Oh my.
Ah.
That was a 28 on diplomacy.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. The magistrate stops and takes a breath. It is not often that barbarians come into our city. And I, for one, am glad for that, because you've only been here for less than a day and you've already created a problem for us. What is it that you come on such a timetable? Why are you here?
Riz holds out the papers and then looks to Kurla.
Kurla will gather themselves. Some centuries ago, there was a conflict between your great empire and an empire far to the west, the Proteans. The outcome, I imagine that a man of your standing is well aware of those events.
Everyone in our nation has a fair understanding of our history. Get to the point, lest I tack on more time to your already growing sentence.
This war, in its final days, resulted in an immense cataclysm as two megaspells collided and created an area of devastation known as the Deadlands. This area is expanding. It is expanding at a tremendously fast rate, and it threatens the entire continent. We believe that as it grows, it will grow until it leaves nothing but devastation and death in its wake, until everything is full of necromantic energy and nothing else can live. We have dedicated ourselves to stopping this. We are halfway towards that goal, but in order to learn what we must to prevent this calamity, we have come to you and
the lands and the wall.
to your emperor, for this threatens not just the land, our barbarian lands, but all lands, your empire included. It is why we were permitted provisional access in order to plead our case to you and to those empowered to prevent this tragedy in the making.
Bailiff, get those papers and bring them to me. One of the guards will walk over, take the papers from Riz, and then start walking up this sort of miniature flight of stairs to deliver them to the magistrate. He takes them, looks at them all. Do not like the way that our gate prefect has sidestepped his own bounds of authority and laid this problem upon my feet by giving you documents which are not even properly filed.
With great respect, Magistrate, he believed that he was acting in the highest devotion to his duties in protecting his homeland. He believed that this was the best way to serve your great society. Please do not blame him for the dark tidings that we bring, or the manner in which we have been required to bring them.
I do not blame him for the situation which caused you all to come here. I do blame him for his judgment in believing you. He'll be recalled and reevaluated. If he is deemed fit, he'll be returned to his duty.
I can prove
But
it
that's
to
a
you.
problem for him, not for you. He takes the papers, folds them, and then sets them on a small platform next to him.
I can prove to you that this will happen.
I don't know. I feel like we are approaching this on.
I am a seer. And it breaks
And
my
how
heart.
do I know you are not some sort of enchanter come to cloud my mind with fell foreign magics.
I mean, you may check me in any way that you wish to make sure that I would not do that. Any sort of enchanters or any sort of casters within these halls, I willingly accept whatever magic they cast on me to make sure they are proving that I am telling the truth, and only but the truth to you.
I know the prefect reasonably well. He has never been one to take to flights of fancy. So I am inclined to give you the benefit of the doubt at some level. However, the matter of your infraction stands. We will reassess this in 34 days. Guards?
Most honorable magistrate, is there any possibility we could pay our sentence in service rather than time? We are capable in a variety of skills, and we have a lot more ability than we have time.
That is not how our justice system works.
I understand this.
Ones with means or skills or money cannot simply skirt the law here. I do not know how you barbarians do things, but here our laws apply to everyone.
And I understand the value of this. Trust me, I do. But I do not know if it was imparted properly. Your own Emperor's magics are working against you. Our party.
Why is that one raising his hand?
It's a disorder. He was wounded very gravely by the
It is a barbarian signal to request that he is allowed to speak, pretty much.
What? Speak.
But over me? I don't get...
That one was raising his hand. I've never seen that gesture. I wanted to know what he wants.
What good are we if we're sitting in jail?
It's not jail, Petravian.
I understand. If it's important that the law applies to everyone, and I agree. And if it is, if it's possible, perhaps we could pay our sentence after our quest is completed. And
Yes.
I am willing to put any provisions to ensure that we are beholden to that. But as I was saying, your Emperor's magics are party to this force that is working against, and I think you understand how powerful that could be. It's a grave danger.
You're claiming that the force coming to destroy us all is from the Emperor himself?
Not deliberately. The corruption by the Proteans of his most divine magics.
From a conflict that happened some 8 centuries ago.
Correct.
Yes, the powers of it have been reinvigorated.
A monster by the name of Marcus the Destroyer is back once more.
You all bring a strange tale to me today. And I know better than to dismiss it out of hand. As I said, Prefect is not one to take flights of fancy, so there must be something to the lot of you. But our justice system holds fast. I cannot remove the sentence once given. You must serve the 34 days. However, if you could get it appealed by a different force, then it would be out of my hands. Do you understand?
Yes,
Just-
this means you have to delay it.
Point us in a direction.
There are only 2 groups that can appeal a decision that I have made. One is the Emperor himself. The other is any member of the Celestial family.
I fucking knew you were going to say that.
I see. We have reason to believe one of them came here recently.
Of course.
Hmm.
She lives here.
Of course.
That is her home to the east. Surely you saw the Celestial Palace there.
Did we?
Yep. It's definitely included.
The Silvery Tower.
Did we see a silver tower? I don't remember.
It's the one in the middle of the city.
Right now,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay. Yes, of course.
I will grant you a stay of your sentence. Do you understand?
Bow very
Yes.
deeply.
Yeah, I do the
Yeah,
bow that
that's it.
Jiro taught me.
I'll do the best imitation of the Jiro bow that I've seen a few times.
But I will see you all in prison for what you've done today. Mark my words. Maybe it will simply be after you manage to save the world.
Of course. Or
We
that.
thank you for your fairness and your understanding. How might we go about seeking an audience with this member of the Celestial family?
Well, first you must go to her court of masks. I'll have one of the pages explain it to you. Go.
I just start going in the direction he's gestured. I wait for
He,
people. I let people guide me.
he picks up the sheets of paper next to him, and he starts writing something on each one. And then he passes it down to one of the guards, who takes the bundle of papers and then leaves the room after the lot of you.
Okay.
Kurla's gonna kind of turn to Riz and under their breath, sort of, was that all right?
That
I'm
was
still
great.
not used.
You and
I'm still not
Lovette-
used to doing that kind of thing. That's
You
bloody terrifying.
You and Lovette did great. Lovette, you did great.
Thank you.
You guys did awesome.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did
Kurla
right.
will like offer a fist bump to Lovette.
How about
job.
Fist
Good job.
bump.
Low fist bump.
He liked
So-
your raised hand. Good job, Petravian.
A bureaucrat is going to come up and introduce themselves. She introduced herself as Su Ming, and she says that in order to go to the Court of Masks, as per tradition of Her Celestial Majesty, one must always wear a facial cover. It is improper to go to such a place without something over your face.
Is it your entire face or just eyes or mouth?
She holds her hands up, kind of like this.
Thank you. I give a
Oh, that's-
polite bow.
Yeah, covering her nose and mouth, basically.
So they have COVID precautions in place.
It does appear so.
Nice.
Nice. I approve.
Safety first.
Damn right.
This is gonna be so outdated.
The Celestial family also asks that you socially distance.
I
Oh,
believe
no.
it.
Guys are before and after.
Proof of
Nothing
vaccination
like
at the
that, don't
door.
worry.
Kurla will thank Su Ming for this and then ask if you will excuse our ignorance as the foreigners that we so clearly are there other matters of etiquette or protocol that, while as obvious to you as water would be to a fish, would perhaps come as a surprise to us being unschooled in these matters?
Like a bell for example?
Like a fish.
Well, if there is a bell, it usually means something. It changes week to week and hour to hour, day to day, but it's always on a schedule. For example, the bell at 1:30 on a Saturday or on a Monday is a rice shipment, an express one that passes through from the Sword Gate down to the rice processing.
We learned that one the hard way, and Kurla will give the most winning smile that they can, which is kind of toothy and fangy, but genuine.
The same bell on a Wednesday at 6 o'clock denotes something completely different. It is something that those who live here simply understand.
Is there a place to put horses and carts so that we're not in the way?
Your horses and carts have been taken care of for the time being.
We're currently missing 5 guards too. We don't know what that's about.
Okay, where can we procure masks for this audience?
Yes.
There are vendors near... there are places you can purchase such things. This is a large city.
Thank you very
Will-
much.
Will they accept our currency and our custom?
What do you carry?
Gold,
Gold.
Silver, copper?
platinum? Oh, I also have a couple other things, and Riz kind of folds their hands out, and they have an assortment of different pieces and gems and such that were used as currency in other worlds.
The $2 bill?
So, looking at these coins arrayed before this bureaucrat, she kind of looks at them incredulously, and it's just like, this is not money here.
Yes.
Perhaps you
What is
will
money here?
have to trade things, because that is just metal. Stamped metal, but it's just metal.
Useful?
What is it that you use here?
She'll produce a small billfold, and she'll pull up these rectangular pieces of paper that have symbols and words printed on them.
Okay.
They have numbers denoting like a valuation of each piece.
Well,
But yeah,
lots
they
of
seem to have
information.
this paper money here.
I hold in a laugh.
Even if gold and silver and copper are not used as currency, are they at all enjoyed in jewelry? Are they valuable in their own right, even if not in circulation? Could they
Certainly.
be exchanged?
They have some value as a barter, sure. But I'm not sure what you expect people to pay you for them.
Whatever it would take to have enough of your currency to acquire a proper mask.
At least
One would
Vera's
hope.
covered.
That's true.
Petravian will lean to Riz.
I mean, your exotic teas might go for a lot here, right?
Yeah, where do you think all my teas are right now, Petravian?
In any case, we have taken up quite enough of your time, and that is obviously quite a crime in these parts, so we thank you for your assistance, and we will do our best to cause no further trouble.
We wish you
Have a
a
nice day.
wonderful day.
Yes.
Sue will bow to each of you and, point you off in the direction of the city's bazaar. It's a large market district north and east of where you're currently located.
Would you say it's bizarre?
I mean, to your eyes, yes.
I think this is the longest that I've gone without swearing. Rez, this is bloody
You're
torture.
doing
Oh, there it is.
great. Bloody?
Aye. It's sacrilegious in some parts.
Oh,
Apparently not around here. I guess it was maybe only in...
that's like just a
Pollyanna.
word that happens, you know, you get bloody sometimes.
Hopefully not here.
You're saying that it's like a chaos world?
That's like the
May-
most tame
We were
card
saying
world
bloody
ever.
all the time?
Maybe
Wait.
in Palayana, maybe. I don't
Does
know.
that mean my dad was saying it is a chaos world?
It might be different amongst you.
Isn't
I mean,
that
we're
super
learning that
important?
cultural differences are quite keen between places, aren't we? 34
would
days in
say-
lockup.
I will, and he would say, "Watch your bloody mouth," and I was like, "Oh, I guess that's okay to say."
Aye, sacrilegious in Palayana at least, but, you know, we had some weird things there. Anyway, masks. What do you think? Should we try and exchange some gold for currency from, you know, a jeweler or something, or should we try
I
and
thought
barter
you
with...
couldn't get good value.
We'll offer what we can. Let's look
Alright.
around and find masks we like, okay?
Well,
Aye.
you could use mine, Petravian.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know
Yes,
which
please.
one would be best.
It might be simply out of fashion our own. We probably are not going to get much trade value here. It's obvious the economy is crazy. We're good.
If we walk in looking like we're, you know, paupers and using homemade ones, that might not leave the great impression.
It sounds like Vera's already a step ahead of us.
It's true.
Maybe the honey work
Riz
one.
starts
So-
looking around the booths.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
so-
looking around the bazaar, it's not too terribly long until you find someone who seems to make masks just for this very type of thing, just for people who are going to be either going to this court of masks or people who simply like the idea and style of it and want to perpetuate that sort of thing, because this is
People
a
who
place
want to
that
cosplay
sells
as nobility.
all kinds of different masks. Some of them are big, some cover the entire face, some just cover the eyes, some cover just the nose and mouth. There's a lot of different things here, and many of them are like animal masks in some way. They're like carved in such a way to make them look like exaggerated animal features on them. But some of them are just like angry, some are happy. Many of them are just like very decorative in that they are made like of fine material, and they have a lot of stylization on them, a lot of decorative work on the masks to make them stand out and look very pretty. They're all fine works of art.
I'm gonna pick up one that's like just a mouth covering mask that's more a brassy kind of metal mask that's like chainmail almost. And just kind of pick up and look at it. Do you trade at all?
Yes. What do you have?
I take out a crystal ball.
Oh my god. Is this the fucking cursed one?
Riz doesn't know.
Nice.
Do they not?
No, we know.
dear.
Beardy
never
told
know.
us. We never checked it. Well, I mean,
thought
I checked
Lovette
it.
checked it.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Beardy told us after the fact because
Because
we were checking the other stuff on Petravian, but we didn't end up checking what was on
I
Riz.
think I checked that one.
Let me have this.
you can still fucking sell them a curse thing. I just don't know you can
I
get away with
just-
it with a guilt.
I don't think Riz knows. Period.
Okay,
Kenny
okay.
know.
Yeah.
Riz pulls out a crystal ball. This is a crystal ball. It can be used to scry on anyone.
Okay. All right. They're going to appraise it, and the person running the booth is also going to cast a spell on it as well.
I'm still saying Riz doesn't know, guys.
No,
That's fair. No,
I don't think they do.
Okay.
There was a high check, but it wasn't high enough, as I recall.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's no reason you would know.
Exactly.
All right. So after looking at that, they say, "This is a fine magic item. All right. This is a bit much for a single mask, though."
Okay.
Is it possible to get 3 with it?
3?
You don't want one?
Petravian already.
Me,
Oh, wait,
Kurla,
Petravian,
and
yeah.
Lovette, right?
Sorry, I forgot Petravian and
you
Vera were
want-
taken
okay.
care of.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good.
Oh,
You're
okay,
good.
yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
I count.
So
I can count.
okay. So
I know I can't count. It's fine.
So Kurla and Lovette, pick out a mask. Basically anything you can think of that seems like anything that I would similar to what I've described already would be available here. So, do you have any type of mask you would like to have on
No
your character?
cog mask, Lovette.
No,
Sorry,
I want one
sadly
of
they
those
don't
like
have any cogs.
I want one of those ones where it's like the ninja mask, where it's got the cloth and then the metal like dragon/lion's mouth over the front of it or the top of it.
Yep, they got that.
Yeah,
There's 12 of them.
So-
In child size, too.
I was about to say.
Do you have this
Oh.
They seem to be adjustable, at least
Okay.
enough that.
Yeah, I actually
It
figured
works.
Master. She's excited because Master like the one thing that she can just shop for regular sizes, and it's close enough.
Aw.
It is close
And
enough.
hats.
Yeah. Kurla.
Kurla's going to go with one that is sort of a heavier silk, fitting over the nose and the mouth, quite form-fitting. And it is rather abstract. It's quite colourful. There are various shades of bluish purples and blues, mainly purples and blues, fading to black, and it could represent a night sky, it could represent the darkest ocean. It has vibes of both.
All right. Well, the mask booth person will hand you those 3 masks in exchange for the crystal ball, and then they're going to slide 3 of these paper bills to you, and then set a handful of these strange little clay discs. They're almost like, they're not quite beads, they're sort of flattened a little bit, but they have a hole through the middle of them, and they have writing around this sort of flattened bead, and slides those to you. So 3 of these paper bills and a handful of these strange clay tokens toward you.
Thank you very much.
Petravian leans to Vera. These seems very inefficient. I mean, the paper. What happens if they tear?
As you say paper, you hear the a laugh like go through Vera's mouth.
Riz looks enthralled and delighted at the new money. Money.
Kurla's gonna look around for a jeweler.
Riz, if you exchange all your gold for paper money, then maybe you'll have enough gold to buy the win.
Anyone?
With Kurla going off, I think I'm gonna find a place that maybe has like clothing alterations or something.
I would
Okay.
like to find a clothing, some sort of
So-
clothing shop as well.
Lovette and Riz go off to find clothing. Kurla goes off to find jewelry. What are Vera and Petravian doing?
Well, Petravian requested the Mask of Honeyed Words.
Words, yeah.
So what?
Okay.
So which is what Vera is currently wearing at the moment. So what she'll do is she'll grab it off her face and start pulling, and there will be slight suction as you see it start to tear, whereas almost like a sticky honey substance was keeping it in place. So you see like these lines just like around, just as it's coming off, and she'll hand it to you.
You asked for this.
Yeah, this is.
Hope you really like taking showers after this, because god damn, that's nasty.
It's just slightly
Or
sticky.
just wears like VFX makeup.
You're right, it's just honey all over your face.
Well, someone's
Just-
gotta
I
lick
wanna
it
see
off.
that.
Just the outside, so there's just a line.
Okay.
I mean, I'd
Yeah,
say it was
just-
good for your skin, but it's, your skin's all rocks, so probably
Hey.
not.
You know, I mean, it'll stay.
That-
I don't
I
have
mean,
to
the
wear a little
hole will probably like
string or
it.
That's the point.
Oh my.
You don't have to make the noises, brother.
Aw.
So
All
glad
right,
I'm
so
not
while-
there.
So while the two
Slow
of them are
slump.
doing that, Kurla, you find a jeweler nearby.
I'm looking for a couple of just simple gold bands, wristbands,
Okay.
and I will say to the shopkeeper if they have them.
Mm-hmm.
You do quite beautiful work. Obviously, I am a stranger to these parts, and I do not have local currency. However, I have what passes for currency in our side of the world, which is more gold, and also silver and copper, all of which perhaps you use, clearly you use some of it, in your jewelry making, so I can provide essentially raw materials in exchange for these items. Obviously more of the raw materials, since a great deal of time and skill goes into these items, but that would be what I have to offer in trade if you would be interested in that deal.
Okay, and you're looking to just buy some... What exactly? Just these basic gold wristbands?
Yes, for one of my spells.
Did you buy, like, a crap load of gold wristbands already?
And all of them are used. They're all assigned.
Oh, okay. Okay. And you're buying just another pair?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. They needed to be, 100 gold each or something?
Yes, and I would also want to get them possibly inscribed, but I think I will actually ask Lovette to do that.
Okay. So, because of the exchange rate issues, it's going to cost you a bit more than normal price here.
Which I expected, yeah.
So, it's instead of being 100 gold each, it'll come out to be about 150 gold each, which is still basically nothing to you guys.
Yeah, Kurla will fork that over like that.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and take that off your character sheet then.
Just
Thank you.
throws it at the man.
I make
Take
it
it.
rain, I make it rain.
Make it hail.
300 gold,
And-
you said.
Yeah. And then you get these 2 small wristbands. These bracelets.
Yep. May I add them to my character sheet?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Riz and Lovette, you enter another shop.
Hello.
Yes.
The shopkeep nods. What can I help you with?
I was looking to get some alterations to my clothing to perhaps look a little less barbaric.
Oh, if you have clothing that fits us.
All right. And what did you have in mind? Any sort of color or style?
Dark blues, blacks, maybe gold threading for accents.
Something to go with the mask.
All right. So this person disappears behind, like through a door into a back room, and comes out a bit later, and has this kind of leathered cape, sort of almost like a duster, I guess would be a good word for it. That's full, like normal human sized, but it has these sort of puffs of white fur on it. It has like a white furred collar, and it has a hood that can be pulled up, and it has like metal accents and studs in it. It looks very interesting. And he says that he can resize it, or at least trim it down to fit Lovette. Thinks it would go well with the mask.
Oh, yes, sure.
You just said you chose like a lion, sort of.
Yeah,
roaring
or
mouth.
like it like for lion or dragon. I don't, it's
Yeah.
kind of ambiguous.
Okay. Yeah, then he's got a jacket that will match that in style.
Okay.
And then for Riz, yeah, he can probably alter their clothes to be a little more in the Cantonese style. just may take him a little bit of time. So, he's gonna ask, for your clothes and some time to work on them.
Sure. And Riz will have a simple dress that they have to wear while their clothes are being taken. So
Okay.
they hand them off, and they look at the paper and the clay coins, and then they look up at him. I'm so new to this. I am so sorry. How much for all this?
Well, it is not often that I get to work on something for people from the Forbidden Lands. We'll call this one On the House.
Riz gives the deepest bow immediately.
Yeah, same.
Well, it is very kind of you.
Thank you very
And we
much.
will be sure to spread the word about your shop.
For the people who can't come in.
Though, I believe, the clothing will speak for itself, I believe.
Oh, most certainly will.
So he says it'll take him about 30 minutes to work on that. So
Okay.
you have a bit of time.
Okay.
Oh,
It's like, what are we talking? Minutes, hours, days, weeks?
I know, I was a little nervous. I was like,
Mm.
maybe it'll just take the afternoon.
He's pretty quick.
So, Riz kind of walks outside to give him space to work. And, yeah, they're not used to being in something that doesn't involve pants that much.
Make sure to equip your Masquery, by the way,
Oh,
so you can get the buffs
thank
from
you.
it.
That's right.
I guess around that time, Kurla will be sort of wandering around, looking around, and spy Riz outside this shop and wander over.
So, the party is reassembled outside this tailor.
Yeah, I'll find what you needed.
check out this coat. It is really fancy.
I think he needed to adjust
Height.
the height, yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just going to miss this one before I put on the new one. That's what I'm talking about. Sure.
Yes, I'm excited to see how it looks on you. I think it looked very dashing.
I was surprised they found something that was that easy to put on. I was expecting everything to be much more layered.
Perhaps we are making assumptions of just seeing a small bit of the world. This place is
Well,
amazing.
evidently, it is. It's unfortunate we won't get to be long. I mean, maybe the place inside has a good view.
Yeah.
Kurla's just looking at the fabric of their mask and the kind of feeling the silk and the silken thread of the different colours swathed into it, and just they certainly have a way with fabrics. It's
Indeed.
quite impressive.
The mask is so cool, is it not?
I like
I'm actually
mine.
looking forward to wearing it.
And Riz will put
think
theirs
I'm going to
on.
wear this all the time.
All right. Are we all ready?
We're waiting for our clothes. It should be done pretty soon.
Yeah. So we will advance time forward while you all are waiting.
And Vera will have come in with her mask of the Lesser Sister on. The most horrifying mask.
We're waiting outside the shop right now, just so you know.
That's
So
fine.
one final time, Rez. Is this your card?
Sure.
One of these days, I will master this blood son of a. Oh wait, hold on, and they'll look underneath their shoe and see that they accidentally dropped one. Was this your
that's
card?
it.
Right. Aye.
Oh, that was cool! Oh, that was
Oh
really
yes, good trick. I haven't seen that one yet.
You know, I'm very good at what I actually do. Just it's not magic tricks that I do.
Riz looks up at the sun for a moment. I believe it's
You
time,
see-
Lovette.
You see the tailor standing in the doorway to the shop,
Oh, hello.
giving you all a polite wave.
Oh, is this your card?
Riz walks to him.
Right, he holds up a small stack of clothing.
Do you mind
If you'd
if
like
I...
to put these back on,
Very
there is a
much.
room to change.
Thank you. And Riz will skirt into the changing room.
And then he takes out this jacket, which is now gnome-sized, and will hand it to Lovette.
I'm amazed at how quickly this guy's is down.
I'll try that on as well. Lovette's very excited just to fit in here.
Yeah, you feel, I don't know, tough, maybe is the right word for it. Just from
Tough.
from the leather jacket and like the animal fur collar on it, and like the metal studs in it, and it's like, yeah.
I feel like I could fight Petravian right now with my hands and not with my mind.
And not with a large collection of giant machines.
That's what the difference.
So eventually Riz will come out in their altered outfit.
Yeah.
Which their what used to be just a shoulderless like necklace piece has changed to having a turtleneck piece attached to the top, and the sleeves have been cut and changed to a different black fabric that ends with gold as the ends, and Riz will put their armlets back on over it, which have kind of been hidden before, but now you see them in their more golden radiance look. And instead of having a short square bottom for the shirt part, it now flares out in more of a V on different sides of their hips, with the inside of their cloak having more odd sparkle to it, and the edges of it on the outside now have embroidery, golden embroidery to it. And so Riz walks out very confidently with their mask on, finishing the ensemble. Beardy, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Damn. Rez, that's
Pretty cool.
breathtaking. That tailor has got some skill.
Yes, he does. I am very happy with his work, so it will be good. I like this quite a bit.
The robe is really imposing now.
Right?
Makes you look very powerful.
I mean, I know better by now than to mess with you, but if I saw you and didn't know you, I'd definitely not mess with you.
And I look like I could wrestle a bear now, right?
Maybe a small one.
Oh. Well, there aren't any small bears.
You could probably wrestle an elk.
Just don't suplex him, that just doesn't seem fair.
Yeah. I don't want to hurt the poor guy. He's gotten thrown around enough.
Sounds about right.
Well, now we have everything. Shall we head to the tower?
We might want to find some place out of town we can. Oh, here in town? Where are our cards? Did
We'll
they?
accept those.
I feel like we should probably get to talking to the dragon, and then whatever happens after that happens after that. Either we'll get to go back to the carts, or we'll get sent to prison.
I don't. They're not in the city, are they?
First time.
Am I misunderstanding that? They're not in the city, right?
I thought they were in the city. I'm very confused
Oh.
where this tower is. Beardy?
It's the palace in the middle of
Yeah,
town.
that's what I thought.
Oh, it is the palace. Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
I was like, why are we leaving? We're here.
I thought it said at some point something about east of the city.
Let's off to the tower.
East of where you guys were, which was
Yeah.
in the magistrate building
I
in the middle
see.
of town.
Gotcha.
Kurla
So
will
I suppose we go to the tower.
Kurla will don their mask.
Petravian and Vera already have theirs on, I assume.
I have mine on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
Just putting something together real quick.
Look, all I'm saying is, what if I did it inside of a pot? It's not in the grass.
I don't want to know what you're talking about.
Neither do I. It sounds very suspicious.
Whatever you and Hummel get up to in the privacy of your... Well, actually, no, there's no privacy because Rez knows what's going on. So just no. Just no. 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 Be a good boy.
I mean, I guess we could do it outside. Like, that'd be...
There we go.
Maybe when we get the cart back.
Oh, there's the right one.
Apologies, I pushed the wrong image.
That's okay.
All right.
Space.
Okay. Space. So the group manages to make their way back around to this park. Do you want to cut through the park or walk around it?
Well, let's walk around it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to follow the group.
So we're taking the long way?
Yes, we are taking the long way around.
Kind of.
I don't want to be obtrusive.
And as you head around this park, you make your way up to a large gate in the wall here around this raised area on the eastern side of the center of town. And at the top of this raised area is the foundations of this incredibly large tower that seems to be silver mostly, and it is incredibly tall and incredibly imposing looking. The guards at the base of the tower take a few looks at you and do not bar your way.
Nod to them,
Yep. Respectful nod.
and we go in.
Thank you.
This is going, I think, well so far.
You head up
Sounds
to
like
the
they know to expect us.
You head up to the entrance of this palace, and the doors are just ajar. They're just open. You just walk right in if you'd like.
Very unsecure.
They had guards, Kyle.
Do they have a ring camera?
Oh my god.
I mean, should we knock first, or I feel rude just entering?
The
Do we
door's
know if
open.
they do that here?
Let's not disturb them with our loud noises. Riz will
Clank,
take the
clank, clank.
first step inside.
Okay.
Kurla
You take the
will-
first step inside, and you hear something in the distance. You hear what sounds like a party. You hear lots of voices talking over each other. Many of them sound happy. Every so often you hear laughter, and it's off somewhere a few rooms down or hallway further down in this place, but there's definitely the sound of some sort of joviality.
Sounds alright so far.
What kind of, like, so are we talking a fancy upscale party, or are we talking like...
Fancy upscale party, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Yeah, polite laughter, not like drunken guffaw.
Not like, woo!
Yeah.
Just loud fart noise and then, woo! And then applause.
Woo! Yeah. No.
It's
No,
not the
this
Sims
is
2.
more. It's more polite talk, chuckles, polite talk, laughter.
Well,
The
it
boring
sounds
kind
like-
of party.
The boring kind of party, but it does sound like joviality, and quite a bit of it. It's relatively loud.
We
It's a
can
work
turn it into a
holiday
rager
party.
pretty quickly, I think. Get the kegs float? No? Okay.
Pizza party.
Alright. I guess we head towards the party.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you head inside this building, and it's really heavily decorated in here. Most of the building's decor appears to be made of worked silver in some way or another. There are paintings on the wall. Their frames are made of silver. There's pottery that appears to be made, or at least in large part, comprised of silver. It's very shiny in a lot of places in here. It's very polished in a lot of places. There are mirrors on many of the walls, giving this whole place kind of a strange otherworldliness to its size. Like you'll turn a corner and it will seem like it's a much larger space than it is, but it's mostly because there are mirrors everywhere, or that that things are polished. In fact, the floors here are so heavily waxed and polished that if you look down, you can see yourself reflected in the floor.
That's a weird
So
thing.
the floors are almost mirrored.
I don't
It's,
like that.
Just
very
keep
odd.
using the floor to check out my new costume, like see the back of it.
I kind of want to do an acrobatics check to see if I slip and fall on the damn wax.
Oh, it's not slippery at all.
No? Oh,
It's
okay.
incredibly clean, but it's not slippery.
Gotcha.
In fact, the friction is so hard you can't move your feet.
Yeah.
Roll for
dude,
initiative.
Fuck.
You were attacked by 7 Otyugs.
Random things just become threatening.
I'm getting the sense that this dragon quite likes silver.
I mean, she did look silver, so
Did we get her name, by the way? How are we meant to address her?
You did not ask a name.
Is it not?
I was just gonna say my lady.
Yeah,
Oh, darn.
that sounds pretty solid.
Your
Oh,
Eminence?
most honorable lady of the celestial family, maybe?
Now, the magistrate did refer to her as Celestial Majesty, was the title that he said.
That sounds like a horse in a racetrack.
It does, doesn't it?
It sure does.
I hit the
Wow.
trifecta on Celestial Majesty along with Seabiscuit and... yeah, no, I'm done.
And potatoes.
Yeah.
My favorite horse of all time.
So
Tell me you're familiar with potatoes. Anyway,
we
we'll
make
talk
our
about
way
that
to
later.
the party, admiring the art along the way personally.
So yes, we refer to her as Her Celestial Majesty.
Seems about right. How do we want to handle this? Who wants to do the talking?
Oh, you're really good at that. So I was gonna let you and Lovette do that.
Well, so
All
as
right.
you guys are traversing this place, you're going down a hallway, you're turning a corner, you're going down another hallway, and as you do, the sound of the party, it's not that it's getting quieter or louder, but it just seems like it's just the next room over, and then you go the next room over, and it's the next room over. And it's really weird because you swear you must be getting closer to this thing, but the further you travel into this place and the more of these silver rooms you're going through, you're not apparently getting any closer to this sound that you're following. Like it keeps being the
jeez.
next room over or the next hallway, and you've gone like room to hall to hall to room to room to hall, and it's getting a little bit weird that you still haven't seen this party or anyone else inside the building.
I'd like to
Where's kinda
activate my
s-
eye. See what I can see.
Oh gosh, this is like college. This reminds me of the parties in college where I would get there, like what they told me it was going to be, and there was no one. And so I go to the next place, and there's no one there either.
What does Vera see?
I was just dwelling on the incredibly sad life that Lovette had. Okay, so you activate the Eye of the Protector.
Yep.
And your Detect Magic eye in here is seeing a large amount of illusion magic.
Okay.
Best you can tell is that there are, like, the effect of, say, ghost sound in a lot of these places. So you get the sense that something, like your presence is triggering a sound a few rooms over, and then when you get to that room, it's happening elsewhere and elsewhere and elsewhere.
Do the rooms all look the same?
They are very similar enough that you feel like you might be getting lost.
We are here to seek an audience. Riz just kind of stops where they are and calls out.
It seems to be some kind
Yes,
of
thanks, we
audio
know.
illusion.
We
Oh,
beseech your celestial majesty to grace us with your presence that we might present our case and seek your guidance.
And we apologize for arriving uninvited.
I mean,
And for the disturbances that we have caused.
The door was open.
shut up, but for
I mean, he has a point.
you too.
There's no response to your
I-
your entreatment there.
I look around in this room. What else do I see?
Elsewhere in the room, you see a lot of decorative objects and art objects, same as every other place in here. There's a large chandelier that is apparently made of crystal and silver. The lights in the room are silver sconced torches every couple of feet along the walls that are lit with a magical white glowing fire that appears to be heatless. Yeah, it's a very clean and polished area, like the previous half dozen rooms you've walked through.
Only two doors, like front and back, or
More than that, there's doors leading off in every other direction. out of
We've
this
been
place
following where
every-
the noise was. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Raz?
And now that
We shouldn't
I
be
have a-
going
the-
towards the sounds.
I have an idea.
Oh, okay.
What's your idea?
Yes.
Because I have one too, but yours is likely better.
I have an idea.
I was
as
going
well,
to use
but-
my ring.
Alright.
We've seen
I was going
them.
to suggest using True Seeing. What was your thought, Lovette?
Oh, well, I read in a book once that there's this magical palace where you have to walk to the entrance backwards in order to go into it.
Was that
I
in the
was
book
just-
you read?
And that wasn't that book, it was just,
Oh.
I mean, it was a long time. It was, I mean, it's just, it made me think about magical palaces.
I had a more simple idea.
Did it involve using your hammer on something?
So
No.
walking backwards, how much simpler do things get? I guess walking forwards.
What was your idea, Petra?
It was kind of stupid, but
Oh, come on, out with it.
yell really loud. Maybe they can't hear us.
I literally just did that. We literally just did that. We called out into
Yeah,
the
but you weren't-
palace.
Yeah, you didn't go very loud.
I don't necessarily want to cause offense, but
I use
I
my
mean, there's
ring.
let's
Let's-
go.
But yeah, we'll resort to that one maybe towards the end of the list.
Okay. You look at your ring and you think of this dragon.
Mhm.
Okay. The little needle is going to move around this way and that, and then eventually it's going to tug and pull and point into a specific direction.
Alright. Let's try these for now.
alright, well done.
Well, yes.
I
Lead
haven't
the
got a
way.
whole lot of that ointment left, so I'm glad not to have to use it.
Okay, so Riz leads the group using this ring to point the way, and you go from room to hall to hall to room to room to hall to room. And at this point, if you guys weren't already hopelessly lost, you certainly are at this point, because every one of these rooms looks kind of similar to every other one of these rooms, and at this point you're not sure if you're going in circles or not. And right as you're ready to give up, Riz will keep following this ring and go into one final set of doors, and it opens up into a grand ballroom full of people.
Well, I mean, as far as places we could starve and die, it could be like, oh, wow.
I'm curious. Did the ring go in the same direction as all the ghost sounds?
No,
It did not. Okay.
no.
I didn't know if that was like the person's way of leading people to the party.
No, it did not. It went in other directions.
Okay.
Sometimes it did, sometimes it did not. It
Interesting.
was seemingly random. But like I said, it eventually opens into this grand ballroom filled with people, and this is definitely the sound that you were hearing. It was just being projected elsewhere. So it is a swanky party. There are tables of like high quality looking food sitting around. There's people in these masks. Some of them cover their entire face. Some of them cover just their mouth and nose. Some of them cover their eyes. It appears to just be this strange masquerade. And people here are kind of just enjoying the party.
Okay.
There is the lighting in the room is being provided by these massive chandeliers that appear to be floating over top of the ballroom space. And they're made of what look like strange mercury, almost like floating mercury.
Ooh.
So they look like liquid metal, but they have that same sort of magical white flame burning off of them as they sort of twist and shift as they float around.
This is a beautiful.
Very strange look, but it's all very silvery. Everything again goes back to that same motif.
It's silver? What?
It's silvery. I know, right? It all goes back to the same
Wow.
motif. The owner of this place is really into silver.
I am resisting the temptation to break into song because, masquerade. High five? Yeah.
No, I'm focusing on
Damn.
camera.
Oh, I thought you were high-fiving because Phantom. But anyway, I will ask, though, is our arrival noticed at all? Is there a record scratch and all eyes turn to us, or are we just sort of ignored?
It's a big old negative. Nobody even notices. No one looks up. No one seems to care.
Vera, are
Cool.
these people real?
I mean, I'd assume so. Do I see anything with my
With my
eye the protector activated?
What do your half elven
Are
eyes
these
see?
are these glowy people or are they normal people?
They are normal people, as it would appear. They don't appear to be illusions, at least. They're not radiating illusion magic like you would expect an illusion to.
Seem to be real.
So, near as you can
Seems
tell,
nice,
these
yeah.
are actual folk.
Do we see our host anywhere?
There doesn't appear to be any kind of raised platform or seating of honor or anything like that in this room. It's just a large ballroom. There is seating on the edges of the room, around the room, near some dining tables, near some of these places where food's set up. But there's not any raised place for a master of ceremonies or anything to sit. So
Is anyone dancing?
yeah, there are people dancing.
Okay.
And there is music in here as well. It's light and airy, and you think it's a stringed instrument of some kind, but you can't see where it's coming from. But it is kind of alien to your ears. This may
Everything's
be
alien to my ears.
yeah. This may be an instrument you're not completely familiar with, but it
Theremin?
is a beautiful sound.
Well, remember, everyone, we are here to pardon or climb. We are not guests to this party.
But we need to find a person to pardon us.
Yes, just, don't make yourself too comfortable.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Well, that wasn't always directed at you, listen.
Oh,
I'm sure you'll be fine.
what should we do? Just start asking around, or
should we split up? Just stay in the same room, but
Yeah.
look around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just stay
We need
within
power.
eye range of each other, yes?
all right?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Riz,
Let's split up, gang.
you'd know it's not like that.
But sometimes it do be like that.
Do be like that.
And Riz will actually release the clasp on their cloak, which it kind of just disappears in Starfell. It just goes into my bag, really. But Riz is magical like that.
I point at Riz and say, "It's going
Extra.
into their bag.
you saw through the smoke screen because of your stupid eye.
Don't be fooled, anybody."
Boo!
You're ruining the
Boo!
magic.
And you guys can see more of just their
Magic
new
isn't
outfit under the cloak. That didn't change. The cloak didn't change much, but their outfit had more subtle changes. And they walk forward into the crowd.
real. Hell yeah.
Petravian is going to, rather than going straight into the crowd, he's actually going to look for the people serving the crowd. The people
Okay.
in the trying to
Yeah.
be unobtrusive.
Okay,
And
well,
talk to them.
Petravian, as you're walking around trying to find the people serving the crowd, you do see a silver platter hover past you that has
Oh.
drinks on it.
Well, interesting.
And then another one hovers over toward you, and it's got little hors d'oeuvres on it, little finger foods, and it hovers right in front of you.
Oh. Well, don't mind if I do.
Oh, another. Oh. So soon you're surrounded by 13 platters.
Yeah, literally,
Oh,
yes.
jeez.
That's actually what's going to happen. So as Petravian takes the first one, a bunch more are going to start hovering over toward Petravian, and just the more of them like he looks at, the more of them he seems to be summoning to himself.
So every time I don't call out Petravian, kick him or something when I address the group, he does exactly the thing that I don't call him out for. Every time I do call him out, he goes, "What did I do?" It's like it hasn't happened yet, but will. It 100% will.
Yeah, so all these trays are just going to be hovering over and like gathering around Petravian.
Bless.
And they're,
Oh,
I mean,
I haven't tried
everything you
this one
taste
yet.
is delicious. Like whatever this food is, which I mean, it's pretty alien to you, but man, it's good.
Thank you. Actually, I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for the Celestial Majesty. I mean, these very. Ooh, what drink is this?
It's
No,
this clear liquor that's like chilled in such a way. It goes down really smooth, but it has this wonderful burn afterwards.
Oof. Gonna have to find out how to get that. No, does any of you know where the Celestial Majesty is?
I grab a plate and say, "Where is it?"
Where is it?
No, he's not. It's like he's literally looking at the platters and asking the platters.
And the platters sadly are not answering you, but they are offering you a lot of food and drink.
I love that you're interrogating the buffet table. Bless you.
Okay, thank you all. I'm full. Thank you. This was very, very tasty. I really need to find the Celestial Majesty.
Was that cheese?
They are not moving or leaving you alone. Meanwhile,
Please cut away. I can't take it
Yeah.
anymore.
meanwhile,
It's so nice.
Lovette, what are you
I
trying
would
to
like.
do?
So I'm going to go off the logic. Dragons like to take people for them sometimes. So I'm going to look for, like, the most strikingly beautiful person here, and I figured that that's probably our dragon in human form, and definitely not for any other reasons.
Yeah, definitely.
You
All right.
simp.
Make me a perception check, please.
All right. Eh, 22.
Okay, that's all right. So you look around, and you, like you said, you're looking for someone who's strikingly beautiful.
Yes.
After a short while, you do see a woman who is strikingly beautiful. She is wearing this almost like sheer silk, silver. It's almost like silk, but it's spun silver somehow. It's also kind of sheer in a way that's very evocative. And it's this very like tight, kind of clingy almost dress. It's in a strange style, and strange being Kintao to your eyes would be strange. But she looks incredibly beautiful, and she has this interesting makeup on, and she looks just, I mean,
Ethereal?
ethereal is a good way to put it. Yeah, she looks incredibly beautiful.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does she look like a human?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she does appear to look like a
I
human.
was just curious what the ear shape was.
Yeah, human ears. And she's going to look at Lovette and kind of give Lovette the elevator eyes.
The elevator doesn't go that high up, though.
Yeah.
I've learned to seek them out.
Oh, and also she's wearing, of course, like everyone else in the room, she's wearing a mask. Hers is a very highly decorated and styled like silver ribbons almost that are worked in around each other and like tie back into her long hair, which is also a silvery color. Like it's strange. It's like her hair is in a way metallic.
It's fucking metal.
That's right.
Yeah.
But she's going to give you the elevator eyes, and you get the sense by the way her face moves that you think she's smiling at you.
Does it? Lovette has a hesitatory like thump before she'll.
I can do this. Okay.
And head on over. I'm feeling
like a bounty.
Do
She
you call
says
for any of the rest of us?
she says nothing to you, but she is going to like face you and slowly walk backward, and she raises a hand and makes a gesture for you to follow her.
I need
As she like
roll a
slowly
wisdom check for my character real
as
quick.
she slowly like tries to walk you to a side room.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
This is definitely a will save situation. Well, I rolled a 22 again, but I think I'm gonna follow her. I'm just gonna keep an eye.
Anything less than a
I'm
nat
going to-
20.
But I am gonna keep eye. Well, that was like a 7 on the die.
It was a 10.
Okay. I'm gonna keep try to make sure I have eyes on where everybody else is. But
You
I don't
lose them
know
in
if
the
this-
crowd. The crowd shifts too much.
I mean, I
It's a big room.
3 feet tall.
Yeah, everybody's big.
How'd they grow this tall?
Yeah, what the
Is the
fuck?
room getting
I eat
bigger?
my vegetables.
It's all that great food that's
Mhm.
still harassing
But-
Petravian.
But to be honest, at
No,
this
the
point, Lovette,
platters
you
are
kind of feel
harassing
like you
me.
have, in a way, you feel like you kind of have tunnel vision right now. Like this ethereal beauty is such that it's difficult to take your eyes off of her. And she is going to lead you off into a side room.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, what's
All right,
Vera doing?
thanks. I'm still rolling up my next character, you guys.
So Vera is
What a way to
going
go.
around predominantly trying not to notice a dragon.
Oh.
Okay.
So
No dragons for Vera.
she's trying to keep at a distance so that she can tell someone, hey, I found what we need to. I'm going to have my eye still active,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be looking around,
Okay. Looking around, trying to.
trying to see if I see anything glowy,
Okay.
but be sulky enough where if I see a dragon, I can turn around and close my eyes and hope everything's going to be okay.
All right. As you're walking through the room, you hear the unmistakable sound of like quadrupedal footsteps, like clawed footsteps on a marble floor.
Okay.
And as you look, like one of the open doors leading into a hallway, you see something move past it, and its silver scales are shining in the light. It's definitely reptilian / draconic looking.
Stomach just
As it-
drops.
As it just like as it rushes past the door like very quickly.
Okay. And it went to a different room?
Yeah, it just went past the door. So it was like on the other in the next room over, and it just went across the past the doorway. But just enough that you looked up and you saw it like just go whoop, past the door.
All right.
But it was unmistakably a metallic scaled draconian being.
All right, that's fine. Risen? And I'm going to look for like Risen, Kurla, Petravian, anyone.
Okay.
Lovette can be in there too.
Yeah, you look around, you begin searching the room, and at that point we're going to jump to Kurla. What are you doing?
Kurla has been wandering through the crowd. They've been looking out, trying to see if there are any obvious figures that are drawing the most attention, or conversely, that people are going out of their way to try to avoid making eye contact with. just like
Okay.
pockets in the room. But they're also just sort of introducing themselves, and they're saying something to the effect of, good day, I am, as you can tell, a horrible foreigner, but I am here seeking an audience with Her Celestial Majesty. If you might be able to point me in the right direction, I would very much appreciate it. And they're just doing their best to be as
Okay.
charming and diplomatic as possible in that
Gotcha.
self-deprecating kind of way.
And as you navigate your way through the crowd, you finally find your way into a large space of people, like a circle of people all kind of having a group conversation. And you sort of accidentally stumble your way into the middle of it.
Dance. It's a
Not
dance
like all the
circle.
way, not all the way into the middle of it, but you do kind of step in and you realize that, oh, you're in a circle. And as you do, like, you notice that people are like listening to one of these people talk. It's an older gentleman, sort of portly, wearing, again, Kintao finery. He has a mask that looks like a stylized dragon. Of course, he's wearing silver. And he's in the middle of telling a story about something. You're walking into the end of it, so you don't know what it was about. But as he finishes, he tells like the last line of it, and everyone starts to laugh. And then he looks over at you. Oh, and what brings you here?
Oh, the usual. It's trying to save the world.
Yeah. Saving the world. Reminds me. Once I was... And then he starts to launch into this story.
Sounds
And
like
he
a
starts-
certain person I know.
And he starts to tell you a story about how he... I mean, you're not really sure how this relates to saving the world, because it doesn't start from any point of reference that you recognize.
Mm.
But everyone else in the circle's kind of like enraptured by this story, and all like nodding and listening along as he continues talking, and he doesn't really stop. And if you try to interrupt him, he just kind of ignores you and keeps talking. But you get this strange sense that like more people have like shown up to listen to this guy talk, and you feel them like standing behind you now, so you're kind of like fully well stuck into this circle. And he continues talking about how, I mean, at some level the story doesn't even really make sense to your mind. Like you hear the details, but they don't really stick in your mind enough for you to hold on to them, because he's moved on to the next thing so quickly that you're having trouble like following the story in any logical way.
I will at some point try and interrupt, but you've already said that he's not having any of it.
Yeah. What's Risen doing?
So, Risen's just kind of walking around. In truth, I don't think they're actually looking for the dragon. They're just kind of looking. Seeing everything in its whole and taking in another new culture for themselves, because of course they're a traveler, right? They've been to a million places, but each one has its own unique gems. They're going over in their head what it reminds them of from a different world, stuff like that. They're just looking around, and they stop by the people who are dancing, just curiously seeing what their dancing looks like.
Okay. So you're watching their dancing, and as you do, someone's going to walk up and sort of stand next to you. They're wearing this tight-fitting leather outfit that's like white. It's all white, fitting like leather with an undercoat, leggings, face mask over pretty much their entire face. Nearly. It actually looks similar to the kind that Lovette's wearing.
Okay. Even the
but
coat?
The coat's different. No, but it's the
Okay.
mask style. A hood covering their hair, and the only part of their face that's visible is just a little strip of their eyes. And they're wearing, like I said, they're almost entirely covered in white as their primary color of their outfit.
Yeah.
And they stand next to you silently and look at you and look back to all the people dancing. And they hold their hand out.
Did I recognize the eyes?
And make a perception check.
Thank you.
Oh, nat 1, 27.
You have no idea who this is.
Cool. I'm sorry. The person I wish to dance with, I don't believe is here.
The person looks back to all the dancers, and then back to you, and then will hold up a hand and sign, "Who are you waiting for?"
This is a trick. I sign back Jiro.
And they sign back, "Yes?"
What's with the getup?
It's formal.
Why white?
You don't think it looks nice on me?
Oof, that's a big oof.
Do it look
That's-
nice on him?
Riz just kind of wrings their hands. Where did you go?
To get formal clothing?
How did you get
Wow.
inside? Loudly signing.
Loud.
Loudly signing.
That's a thing.
You can just hear like a pat of hands coming together
Yeah.
periodically.
How else will we hear it?
He signs back, "The door was open."
How did
You're not gonna talk your way out of this one, I don't think.
He signs back, "Would you like to dance? We are at a party after all."
If you're not you, I will disintegrate whatever you are.
Jiro blinks, shrugs, and holds out a hand.
Fuck.
His other hand he'll sign, "It will have been worth it."
No.
Oh, suave as fuck.
Riz takes it begrudgingly.
Boy's got some moves. I'll give him that.
And Jiro will move you onto the dance floor and start to blend in with the other dancers. Would you please make a
Initiative roll.
For who's leading?
Oh,
I'll take
In
an
combat.
acrobatics or just a general dexterity check would be fine if you don't have acrobatics.
Okay, let me see. Let me see which one I feel more comfortable with.
Looks like it's the same.
It looks like it's the same, but I feel like the dex one
Ripperoni.
is probably gonna be more kind.
All right,
I don't know.
it's the same roll.
Fuck
It's a
it.
plus.
9.
Oh!
It is not my
Oh.
strong suit, and it's my unlucky number, baby.
wow.
Yeah.
Tonight.
So you go out and you begin dancing on the dance floor.
I don't think Riz has ever
So-
danced before.
No, and they're not great at it apparently.
No. This is their first
seem to
time
be
dancing. That's probably why they didn't want to go out, let's
Trip-
be honest.
they seem to be tripping over their feet a little bit. So I think
Plus
that
nerves,
pretty
you know.
much covers about everybody.
And I'm just looking
I
for
think.
Riz now and Kurla.
So, Petravian,
Yeah.
you are surrounded by silver platters of food and drink.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
So, do I see where these platters are coming from? If one gets completely Petravian has a flash of idea, and
Okay.
he
Just
goes,
flash that.
"You know what? Fuck it." Takes like all like just off of one platter, and sees what happens to that one particular platter.
Okay. That platter will slide down and under another platter, so it leaves your vision. It goes like behind another platter, and as it comes up behind that platter, it is fully refilled with food, and it moves back up toward you.
It's a good thought.
Petravian angrily eating as he sees this.
2 more
with
platters arrive.
Oh.
This one seems to have little skewers of barbecue, and the other one has little skewers of these, well, like barbecued, like it looks like glazed chicken of some kind, like roasted glazed chicken with like this brown sauce on it. And the other one has these skewers of these multicolored little balls of dough, you think?
Sorry. Don't mind me getting excited over here for food.
Yeah, I'm in pain listening to them. I'm like, oh my god, that sounds so good.
Right, I want to go out right now.
Right now.
We should all go
So-
out to eat together after that.
Oh my
Oh my
god!
god! Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Like Tedley.
All right, so that's going to take us back to Lovette.
Mm-hmm.
Lovette, you
Oh, boy.
enter a side room, and this incredibly beautiful woman in the silver dress is going to look at you and is going to sort of lay down into this reclining chair and sort of prop herself up and look at you and beckon you ever closer. What would you like to do?
Lovette is alright, so sorry, hold on.
We'll save.
I know, right? I'm thinking, well, Lovette's like shaking, but she's trying her best to hide it.
It's been so long.
Did you...
Fuck. What time it is? I'm like,
Draw me like one of
what
you.
would she say? I'm not smooth. She's not smooth. Nobody here knows what the fuck they're doing.
I'd like to drink you in.
Would you like to see my giant robot?
It's the only move Lovette knows is from hearing the one from Marcus.
Amazing.
So does Lovette just sit there and stammer, or
No.
does she try to do anything?
Damn, dude. I'm like, give me some time to think. I'm like, you did give me time to think. All right,
Yeah.
fine. Oh, and I was thinking the whole time, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to say, because I don't want to just be like, are you the dragon? But at the same time, I don't want to just walk over there and say nothing.
Just do what Lovette
Just
does.
do what Lovette does.
Yeah.
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 Fuck it up.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
Oh,
Come
shit!
on.
Wow!
I'm not saying Lovette fucks
That
it
was
up.
brutal.
I want Lovette to do whatever, and if it fucks it up, I want it to happen.
True.
Okay.
Well, I'll take a few steps closer, trying my best not to be like shaky, but I'll try. I'm trying to play it. Try to play it cool.
Yeah.
So, do you live here in the city, in the palace? Come here often?
The woman will nod and continue to like gesture for you to continue to come closer.
I'll follow.
Okay.
A little hesitantly, but I'm like,
I apologize for my the barbaric outside manner and appearance and everything. Do you mind if we just chat for a bit? Do you talk at all? I understand if you don't. We have another friend who doesn't talk.
So you are now like within arm's reach of her.
yes.
So what she's going to do?
totally am.
She's going to reach an arm forward and just ever so gently start like stroking your cheek with her hand.
Six.
What show is this again?
Nothing's
And that's-
happened.
And that's
Yes.
going to take us on to Vera.
Woo!
All right, I'll think about this more seriously this time.
All right. So Vera is currently looking for Risen and Kurla.
Yeah, you're looking for. You said like anyone else, basically,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So as you're like going through the room and like darting between between groups of people talking, you're becoming a little panicked because you don't see any of your friends. No one from the party is here anymore. Like you're looking around the room and you're the only one that you recognize in here anymore.
Shit.
You hear claws on the floor behind you.
I turn around.
You turn around and you see a shadow of a thing skitter between two crowds of people. You see that like a long silver body weave its way through the crowd and disappear.
Vera will work up the strength and just slowly approach where she saw it coming from and then try to follow where she sees it going. But it's moving quite slow and her knees are practically giving out just approaching this thing.
All right.
Now, does it lead me
You
anywhere?
You walk toward it, and as you turn a corner, we're going to move on to Kurla.
Kurla making no headway with trying to interrupt this boar, I assume.
I mean, everyone else seems excited by the story. It makes no sense to you.
It's thrilling.
There's a bullet there.
They will be sort of politely chuckling along at the appropriate moments, while also trying to shoulder their way backwards and through the crowd that's congealed behind them.
They aren't making any space for you.
Kurla
One
will,
of us. One of us.
making as the politest requests and excuses as possible, is going to start getting a little bit more just, excuse me, right, I desperately need to use the facilities. I assume you have them on this side of the world. Could you please just please just move, just get out of my way, please. Excuse me, desperately need to pee, please. Make a hole.
Their attention is affixed on this guy talking, and no one is moving so much as a muscle to let you past.
Oh my god.
Well, this is how Kurla dies.
This is not a good time.
I love this guy.
If I'm going to die, why can't I go out the way Lovette's about to go out? Or a
You don't know
Petravian, for that matter.
You don't know those things.
I know.
So
I know.
as you ponder that, we cut back to Risen, who is dancing with Jiro.
Begrudgingly.
Jiro is gonna like pull you to the side and sign, "Are you okay? You seem like you aren't having fun."
Well, I'm not very good at these.
We could start again and try slower.
Maybe, but when did you leave, by the way? Was it when we went in the building, or?
What do you mean? He'll sign back.
You weren't behind us when we got here.
He'll sign back. I know, I had to go get formal clothing.
But we weren't going here first.
You were going to go here after the magistrate.
We didn't plan that originally.
He nods. And then we'll sign. That's true. But I figured it would be best if we didn't all get captured by the city guard.
Oh, now you care about laws, or don't care about laws, rather. Now you don't want to be caught.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Yeah, no,
Just still stubbornly dancing?
Yeah, no, we're off to the side right now. I preferred you in the purple. Personally.
He'll sign back. Well, perhaps I will change back into it later for you.
There you are.
And Riz just takes a step back. Just their chin goes up ever so slightly. I have no use for tricks.
His head cocks to the side. And he'll sign back. Would you like to keep dancing?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Riz turns and then just stops and looks back. And it's technically blue. And they keep walking.
He'll shrug.
And Riz will just keep looking through the room and maybe just trying to see if they can pass through the room.
Okay, so as you leave, as you turn away from Jiro and leave him at the dance floor, you turn the corner around a group of people and you see an Oread surrounded by silver platters.
I go up.
He's trying to like eat some of the things off of them, and then like they're refilling themselves by like flipping over, and then when they flip over, there's food on them again, and then they hover back up to him. But he's just surrounded by them. There's like 25 of them around him.
I reach out my hand. I go up to him and I reach out my hand. Come with me. Come here, Petravian. I grab him.
They won't go away.
I just pull him out of the tray area.
Okay, so as you do that, Petravian, you push through the silver platters, and there's like this loud clattering of metal as they're all like banging against each other, throwing food and drink everywhere, and making an enormous mess on the ground.
Just ignore it. Please. It doesn't matter.
Strangely enough, the crowd doesn't seem to notice or care.
It doesn't matter. Okay?
I don't like this.
Look at me. We are a team, yes? Let's go prove to them how awesome we are. Hold hands?
Hold hands.
Alright.
Alright. So the two of you walk past the now huge mess on the floor, and as you walk around another group of people, you move around at the same time that Vera comes around a corner and looks rather tense.
Grab her.
I saw it. It went over
Nope.
this.
Nope.
We just grab
Whatever
like,
you saw,
your
it
forearms.
wasn't real. This is all bullshit.
We're not supposed to be using that language, Petravian.
I don't care anymore.
You're also popping the mic. Care about that part.
I don't care anymore.
Vera, how bad was your thing?
The dragon is literally like skulking around
It's
this
not
entire.
here.
Then where is it?
Real.
We have to all get back together. Let's go find the others, okay?
All right. And
It's
I
okay.
look around. Can I see Kurla or Lovette?
Let's start walking.
So as the three of you start walking together, you see a large group of people and one person telling a story, and you see Kurla in the middle of that like group of people trying to like ask people to get out of the way, and no one's like even looking at Kurla.
Petravian, you're the strongest. Get in there.
Just like shoves his hand between and just wrenches everybody to the side.
Come with us,
All right.
Kurla.
The Oread just fully pushes a whole group of people forward. They fall to the ground and skid a few feet, leaving a
Kurla
nice
will-
opening for Kurla to leave the group.
Yeah, Kurla will grab Riz's hand. Oh, thank God, that guy would not shut the hell up.
Today we're holding hands, alright? Let's
Aye.
keep going.
Absolutely down for that.
So,
And as you all turn away from that group, you hear some sound coming from a side room.
What kind of sound?
Seriously, what kind of sound?
Well,
Speaking.
speaking. You hear the sound of speaking.
so
Wiki.
we start heading that way, I guess.
You
Yes.
look into the room and you see Lovette standing next to a woman reclined on like a sofa, and the woman has grabbed Lovette and is currently attempting to kiss them.
Riz just stays for a moment.
I just all the things.
What would Moira say?
What?
Oh shit!
Hi, Lovette. We're in this room now. Come with us. This is Trick.
Please what?
Come with us. Please.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry, miss. Okay, bye-bye. Just
So
grab her by the shoulders.
You grab Lovette, and as the group leaves this room, you walk back out into the grand
As
hall.
we're being like pulled out, I'm like, I send you.
And as the lot of you walk back out into the grand ballroom, it is now completely empty, aside from one person standing in the middle of it.
Hello.
It is a woman dressed in fine silver garb, and she'll give you all a polite nod and say, "Welcome to the Court of Masks. How can I help you?" And that's where we'll fade to black.
Ooh.
See you next week, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. As always, special thanks to William Succi and Andreas Pichler for the intro and outro themes, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode's soundtrack. Interested in following us on social media? Follow us on Twitter at CheckPleaseDND. Or want to support the podcast and be part of the Czech Republic? Go to our Patreon under the Czech Republic. Until next time.